I laughed my ass off at that. I died laughing. It's my brand of stupid. It's also Rem's brand of stupid. Just the right
I
kind.
mean, I have many brains are stupid anyway.
True. That's the one that we have in common.
I mean, just ask Eva, like watching Avatar. I was like, why are you laughing at this? I'm like, I can't help it.
Is it Sokka? Is it Sokka?
A lot of things.
No, Avatar is hilarious. There's multiple points where I laugh and it's just stupid, but it's not that funny, but I'm laughing like it is. uh, but we are live. So thank you all for coming back. With us are the usual suspects. And last time, the party went down deep into the depths of an old civilization, defeated a cult of necromancers, had a long, about 30-minute debate with each other about whether they should choose the righteous silver spirit or save and allow a necromancer to come to be. They ended up choosing the necromancer, much to the silver spirit's dismay. Now, after leaving said cave, after getting a long rest beforehand, as the necromancer was very helpful and essentially took watch because she doesn't need to eat or sleep. Afterwards, they left the cave and headed out into the world, where they saw this ethereal, smoggy black soot rise up from the cave, arc all the way up into the heavens in a ball, and then shatter outwards like a small pixely explosion as the black ethereally soot just kind of floated down and then faded straight through the ground and snow. They had a talk with Harkin and then decided to meet up with Yorm to figure out how they're going to hunt down some beasts. But first, they need to find Yorm. They started heading off in the vague direction of where the shaman's camp was, being careful not to go too close to the camp, lest the camp think that they're arriving empty-handed. So I want the party to make a survival or nature check.
Survival. Hold up.
Don't let me.
Bub volunteers for the survival check.
Oh, D4. I'm gonna D4. All right, 13.
Oh wow, nice, max. So Bub, with your careful guidance, you lead the party not just back the way you came, but back to the mammoth tracks. Straight back to the mammoth tracks. As you find them, you see that there's a pair of tri-toed looking little lizard feet sunken into the snow near the mammoth tracks, and right beside them are stumpy, just deep indents that look like miniature mammoth footprints. Very miniature. They head off into the distance following the mammoth tracks.
Okay. Can I tell how long ago?
They look like they left about a day ago, heading down in that direction.
They're a day this way. Come on.
Alright, so with Bub taking up the head, I want a nature roll. Or an investigation roll. Nice!
It's not a skill challenge or something?
Oh, it's a little bit of one. It's just that, Bub, you can only make one of the checks, essentially.
I see.
It. So once you make another check in that category, I'm not allowing you to make another one.
Never though. Okay, 20.
Alright. So, Bub, you managed to follow the tracks right down the way, right down to noticing when the lizard tracks and the small stumpy tracks just kind of start to disappear, as if they started crouching and moving real slow, careful to displace their weight so as not to sink into the snow. But you catch little indentions or and the smell of black powder in the air as you begin following it. Alright, I want an investigation roll. But only from the
I'll
people
guidance
who have it.
Whoever's doing this.
Do we have it?
If you don't have it, I believe either Eleanor or Tulio has it. It's Tulio
Yeah,
has it.
I'd be surprised if
Either
Eleanor
me.
didn't have it.
Dylan and I don't have it.
Tulio has it.
Oh, nice. All right, I guided him too, so.
Man, getting those good rolls out the way so I don't have to keep rolling them later.
Yeah.
That way I can roll the nat ones later.
Yeah, exactly.
On the initiative. But alright, so following next to you, Bub, Tulio, as you begin going off in the wrong direction, Tulio carefully puts his hand on your shoulder and just guides you back on the trail and points down the way, giving you a thumbs up and letting you lead the way.
Excellent.
With that, the party succeeded on all 3 checks. As they arrive, heading further down the way, until they begin to feel a bit of a chill in the air, as the winds begin to pick up. Everybody who is not wearing thick furs or something to keep them warm that gives them cold resistance, make a con save. If you are wearing metal armor or are cold-blooded, make it with disadvantage.
Would I be considered cold-blooded?
Yes.
Ruh-roh.
Can I put on my blanket?
I'll allow it.
Well, somebody else needs it like more.
I have a pair of fine
Everyone.
clothes. I don't think that counts as winter clothes. I don't
No.
remember. If
I
we-
rolled a 19 plus 5 on both of them.
Yeah, you succeeded. So you're not going to take any damage.
Yeah, I don't remember if we said we bought winter clothes or not.
I don't think you did.
I don't
We did
think I
not.
did either.
It is very
Oh,
clear
well.
that we did not.
Guess it's gonna be.
You know what?
awareness.
I'll
And,
do it
I
like
get-
normally and give the blanket to somebody who needs it.
Eleanor's gonna roll like normal, as when it starts getting cold, she reaches into her satchel bag and takes out a fur-lined cloak.
Okay, so if I'm cold-blooded but have a blanket, what happens? Do I
You
just
roll it
normally?
you roll it normal.
Okay, survival. 18.
It's a con save.
Oh.
Hey,
16.
can't blame the man.
Alright.
Everything is survival, even cold.
Tulio will roll it at disadvantage because he's wearing mithril. Which is metal. Why did it whisper roll? Oh, well, he got a 6, so Tulio's gonna take 6 cold damage. And as his teeth chatter, he just gives you all a thumbs up. Hey, better me than you.
I'll just throw the blanket to at his face. Like, just have to ask.
Meanwhile, Ophelia just kind of watches you all shivering, and noticeably just kind of just watches, completely unaffected.
The undead privilege.
He's also currently wearing a cloak that was once Delon's.
She is. The cloak does billow around her, much like a banshee in the night. But alrighty, as you begin traveling through this frozen tundra, the cold wind's picking up. Not too bad yet, but you can tell that they're gonna get worse before they get better. You see a small cave of sorts, a little alcove in the side of a glacier. It kind of dips down. Gildas, if not for your passive perception, you would have missed it.
Uh-huh.
As you see this little glacier, this hole in the side of a glacier that dips down under the glacier. And as you kind of get a look inside of it, you can see that there's an orange flame flickering underneath it.
Mhm. Well, I think we may have found our little dwarf. Unless someone else is as ballsy as him, is traveling around here, but
Okay.
shall we head inside?
All right.
Let's. Tulio jumps down the hole. I'll go first, just in case it's ruffians. Shortly later, you hear, hey, watch the hand axe!
Yep.
It's a dwarvish ruffian!
Uh-huh.
Dwarvish noble! You didn't ditch him, did ya?
At least we found him.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah.
When you make your way down the hole, you'll find that Tulio is pressed up against the ice of the glacier. An elvish hand axe just embedded in his mithril chainmail, pinning him to the wall. As soon as Yorm sees the party, his frost-tipped beard, you see as it kind of rises a little, as his cheeks turn up into a smile. Hey! If it isn't my friends! Here I thought I was gonna have to weather this blizzard alone.
Not today.
Well, you did choose a really nice hiding place. Almost missed it.
Don't thank me for finding it. Blizzard little friend helped me. Then he dipped, told me to stay put. He has a ring of some sort, made his whole body turn orange.
Hmm.
Well, we're back now.
Glad
Need
to
some help
have
finding
you.
the mammoth.
Oh, I think I know where it's at. It's just, I don't know if I want to weather it. In this storm, it's gonna get worse before it gets better. Might be worth letting it die down a little bit.
I think that would be a good opportunity.
Color me surprised to have you lot here. Yorm sits himself down on top of a little crate that is sitting in front of a small, carefully tended fire. You notice that the fire is actually a little more red than orange.
Hmm.
And it almost seems to flicker and pop every once in a while.
Alright, what do my fire incense say?
Gildas, I would say since you're a forge master, you recognize a fire that is being stoked by black powder when you see it.
Aha. So I'll see that and say, well, you couldn't find any wood, did you? What did you? Blah. Yeah, couldn't find any wood.
Nah. And if I was smart, I would have gotten some fat or oil, but all I got was some black powder. And some dry timber from a timber box.
Mm.
Should last me the night.
Right, at least for a night, it burns just as well.
Eleanor's kind of sits herself down, spreading a blanket from her bag on the ground to sit on top of. It's surprisingly warm in here, though. Much warmer than out there. Oh, aye. Must be some sort of insulation or something.
Mm.
Like a jacket. Big room.
Roll history. Since he's dealt with the tribes before, Delon might have seen something quite like this.
You may. You may allow to roll it. There we are. So, Delon, you know that such similarities are actually how the tribe's own tents function, as they essentially lock all heat in the tent, and as soon as the trap is basically the door that they use as a trap is closed, it's basically vacuum shut.
Mm. Delon approaches, getting off of Alesse. He allows his horse to warm up. He approaches Tullio and removes the axe from him.
Ah, thanks, Chief. I was wondering if I was ever going to be let down.
Under my chosen employ, not yet. Yeah, he turns and approaches Yorm. As for the surroundings, it's not too different than the tents in which the tribes go. The insulation creates a vacuum seal. When you close the entrance, all heat is contained. Ice, Delon taps as it echoes around them. It's not too different. Once it becomes thick enough, it becomes self-inulating. As long as we close the entrance,
That's some
should
right
retain many
smart
of the heat.
engineering.
It's necessary to survive here. There are hardy people, and just as headstrong.
Might want to get to know them better then. If they're hardy and headstrong, reminds me of home.
As long as we come back with something, we'll see their better side. Delon will actually sit away from most everyone and exhale as if like a great weight is being lifted off, or trying to at least.
Ah, I recognize that sigh.
Hmm?
What's on your mind, lad?
A number of things, unfortunately.
Well, we got plenty of time.
Plenty of friends, so
Hmm.
if you need to speak up, then by all means.
Well, Yorm, you were not privy there, but I suppose it's only fair that we bring up what had just occurred. He gestures to Gildas.
Right.
Who would like to take the reins?
Well, you know that yesterday we went our separate ways, and you went tracking while we went and then cleansing, essentially. And during that time, we were held by two parties. One was a silver spirit from a well-known silver entity around these parts, and the other party was, point to Ophelia, who's been there, or most likely has been there all along.
As you point her out, she just gives you a blank stare for a moment, and a soft smile and waves.
Right. So, people, there were people, but ages ago. Skeletons helped us, kill other skeletons, really. How ironic that is, it's for yourself to decide, but nevertheless, we beat some undeads, necromancer, and at the end, we essentially had to choose between the spirit and Ophelia over there. In the end, well, you can see which choice we made, but was it easy for most of us? As well, according to the land. That's most likely what you have in mind, on your mind, right? Or at least part of it.
Hmm. Yes, at least part of it.
Yeah. Well, at least, let me make proper introduction. So, Yorm, this is Ophelia Nightfield. Ophelia, this is... oh, I forgot the name. Hold on.
Yorm Mountainborn.
Yeah, right. You're Mountainborn. The Mountainborn family.
Nice to meet you, lass. Mountain-born. It is good to hear old friends still exist in this time. I can't say I recognize you, my lady. No offense meant. I see. Unfortunate, then. But it is heartening to know that the mountain-born line still reigns. That's the first I've heard that. But I appreciate it.
I got duct tape all over my clothes.
Mm.
Right. Let's see.
So Bub says, it was horrible. There was all sorts of necromantic energy everywhere.
I see. Like the kind in the woods earlier.
Right. I actually forgot is that due to our choice, whether it was the one or the other, we invariably let out a mist of some sort, a black mist. That's essentially going to slowly destroy the world if we don't do anything about it.
That is not good. Actually, opposite of what I expected from you lot.
Well, it was really more of a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of situation. Just that the way we'll be going at it will be different.
Yorm, how much do you know of the old stories? The first ages?
Yorm takes his pipe out and lights it a bit. Kind of smoking. Then he puts it away, reaches in his coat, and takes out a cigar instead. This ain't pipe weather. It's gonna blow it out. This'll stay lit. But old ages, you don't hear about those very often. What I do know is that things were very, very different. Much, much closer to the way things used to be in honorifics and knighthoods and the like. And that a lot of people weren't as well off as they are now.
Aye. Do you recall a mentioning of a plague at one point? A blight?
That I do.
Aye. So then you recall that there were a group that went to deal with it.
Several people, different kingdoms, I believe, or maybe just different good sorts of the like. I don't remember too
Aye.
much more about it. Didn't really study that part of King's Landing history. Not very closely.
I don't blame you. For the Templars, it's quite a historical story because one of our patrons was on that journey. Delon takes out his sword and places it actually unsheathed by his side, and he holds on to it as he looks around. That same blight is coming back. Had we sided with the spirit, the embodiment of the silver dragon, the blight would have been released regardless. To whom do we choose to have our aid? And if in this situation we can remove the blight permanently, hopefully that will be a cost well met.
I see. Pardon me, my lady, but you said that you thought that they're implying that you had a better way to do it? Yes. There's no need to take barbaric and overly invasive methods. It can be handled very tactically. Simply wish that I remembered exactly how it was done. However, I feel as if the more I venture and the more I observe, the more I will understand exactly how it was done once. I see. So then you need to go on a pilgrimage of sorts, just like the old heroes. Yes, exactly that. I have been stewing on it on the entire journeys from the cave. I believe that if I manage to go on this pilgrimage, and I venture around to places that I once remembered, perhaps artifacts of some sort, or perhaps mementos, the site itself, or, if it is allowed, old friends will regale me with the story. Keepers of the Flames. Keepers of the Flames. I haven't noticed that one in a long time.
History question mark.
You can roll history on that.
Okay.
Nat 20, nice.
Okay.
You can roll it with advantage, Delon.
Okay, if you want. That's a damn good job.
19.
Master of histories, Delon.
Alrighty. So, Delon, you know that Keeper of the Flame is an honorary title, more one of affection and remembrance than anything. It is a term that has long since fallen out of favor, as people essentially remember those people in a different way than they did before. Gildos with a nat 20, you know that Keeper of the Flame is not only an honorary term, it is believed to be a term that, when the right conditions are met, when those people are essentially given the opportunity, they can manifest like spirits. They are quite literally keepers of the flame of knowledge or of remembrance, willingly offering said flame, essentially.
Uh-huh. I'll say, well, given what keepers of the flame are, I doubt we'll have an easy time finding one.
And considering how much time has taken, it would have
Uh-huh.
been difficult to find him in the first place.
It should not be quite that difficult. Simply finding the locations they were once at should suffice. I simply pray that the utterance that they once needed hasn't changed.
I'm sure, with your ladyship, they'll be more than happy to greet an old friend, if it is true.
She ponders that thought for a moment, and then smiles at it. One can hope.
But that's our current predicament, Yorm. For now, we wait till the blight shows itself, and we go on a hunt. The chief will know something has occurred. I don't even need to debate that. If we're going to come back to that village, which we need to, I must inform the Pearl Lady, of what has transpired. We cannot come back empty-handed.
Aye, that I agree on. But it does sound like y'all are in a right cellar full of rats.
Aye. If you would excuse me, I'd like some time on my own to think. If you'd like, I have an instrument in my pack, if anyone is familiar with it. Please feel free to enjoy yourselves. And there is, of course, food and other means. We have the time. The blizzard should take its time.
Yorm stands up from his little crate and pulls up kind of his belt buckle a little in the process. Just kind of instantly knocking his hand axe into the loop of his belt and begins walking towards the cave exit. Sounds like the perfect thing for a mountain born to get himself into. I'm gonna do some reconnaissance. Some advanced scouting. I'll be back.
Oh,
Oh, aye. Don't worry about me. See this fuck gherkin? That ain't for show. Bear hide! And if I start getting cold, I got my cigar. Keeps me warm. And if that don't work, I got whiskey. Warm you up from the inside, it does.
indeed.
What a mensch.
Oh, we keep the fire warm for when you come back then.
Gives you a nod and just trudges off into the blizzard.
Then, I'll turn to Darren and say, well, if you really want to speak to, you know where we are.
You got so many. You've literally got the whole party.
Yep.
Now what to do?
So as Delon is taking a moment of silence alone, he actually doesn't hear the footfalls behind him until a voice speaks behind him. If I might, Sir Knight.
He removes the sword belt that he was holding on his forehead and pulls back his hands both on his sword, the handguard. Your ladyship, what brings you here?
I could not help but notice you were distressed.
Hmm.
You
Isn't that
requested
obvious?
solitude, but I know all about those sorts of things.
Huh. Isn't that obvious?
You cannot hide such things from one who has understood them for quite longer than you have, even if her memory is failing her.
Well, your ladyship, that is it. If it is obvious, I appreciate endeavor, but I prefer my own solitude. Then didn't want to show that off in front of everyone else.
Then I shall not reveal the depths of your misfortune. I simply
Brace
wish to
eyebrow.
convey to you that I can guarantee that with time and care, it can be taken care of. I may have forgotten much, but that is one thing that even without the memories of it I am positive of.
I see. Your words are appreciative. Thank you.
She gives you a
Is
low bow,
Hmm.
and then slowly rises. You are most welcome, Sir Knight.
Sounds kind of caught off guard. He doesn't really know what to say here. Ah, and what of you? Surely this is quite a shock for you. Please sit, sit.
I understand your request. However, these old bones don't quite creak.
Mm.
But as for how I am, contemplative is the word that comes to my mind.
Mm. Seems that is something that's shared between the two of us at this time.
Verily. Contemplation shared with company means no contemplation shared alone. There is comfort in camaraderie.
Mm. I suppose you're right. I suppose my own instinct to do so came over me. My apologies.
You are forgiven, Sir Knight. Though it is not I that you should apologize to. Your compatriots are the ones who deserve it, for you did not feel that you could share this side with them.
My lady, I am a knight. They rely on me to have an inner strength. In these moments of time, I must regain myself and my composure. It is imperative to do so.
Then I shall leave you to regain said composure.
Thank you.
No, thank you. With that, she begins walking away. Without another word.
Okay. Other than like just mumbling to himself, there's not much else I can really do. So I'm just gonna. He'll just think for a little while, and he'll join the party again shortly.
Sounds good. So as the party is around the fire, Ophelia will sit back down, and she will look towards you, Gildas.
Mm-hmm.
She's staring more so at the emblem on, I believe it's your shield, right?
Right. Well, technically, I'm wearing the spike shield, so I don't know if the goblins would have made one down. Essentially. So, up to you otherwise, I can just say, like, I have another one in the armor.
I'll say you have one on the armor, or we could say Dagdar remembers the shield, so he put one somewhere on it.
Yeah.
Dagdar remembers.
Let's do that, honestly.
I do not recognize this symbol.
I do not. This is the symbol of my goddess, Bridget. Goddess of craftsmen, healers, and shit. Poets.
I see.
myself represents the craftsman side of things more than anything, really.
So a trade merchant along with a lord.
Indeed. Well, actually, this is how we've been able to move around, really. As well, this is Eleanor's expedition. We're using my papers to move around across borders.
Our border's quite strict.
That would depend from which country you're entering from, and which country you're entering in. For example, um, the border between my home country, Renault, and Nebelin is quite honestly guarded. Like, it's pretty hard to enter illegally. Well, that, well, you have to be someone like Tulio over there, and I'm sure you'll find a way, but
As you say that, Tulio just gives you a grin and a wave.
Actually, you said back in your time it was All King's Landing, right?
Yes.
So there wouldn't really be a need for borders.
No, the only borders were from the untamed wilds.
Right.
Places that were far too unruly for us to set foot in, without understanding what we were doing and where we were going. Once, to even venture outside of King's Landing required great skill in tracking, foraging, and self-defense. The only ones who could truly wander the wilds without getting thoroughly torn asunder were the Rangers. Long was their stride, heavy was their bow, quick was their blade.
Rangers, huh? So people like Yorm, then.
In a sense, but more on the martial side than pure tracking. Yorm reminds me of a huntsman more than a ranger. A huntsman usually becomes a ranger if he hunts long enough.
Actually, Marshall, are Rangers unit like still a thing nowadays?
Are rangers like as a unit?
Yeah, I mean, like how she describes it all, like all the
That's how
the
Reynolds
parts,
makes their rangers.
uh-huh.
They specifically don't hire rogues. They only hire scouts and rangers. And their rangers are essentially exactly as Ophelia described.
Uh-huh. And other countries don't really do that.
No, King's Landing has its Templars and has a plethora of soldiers at its disposal. Styrium has their mages. Nebulum has their spies and assassins. Gloucester has their knights and mages. They also have rangers, but they're more like trackers and hunters than true old school rangers.
Mhm. Well, so I'll say, you know, the way you're describing Rangers to me really reminds me of, well, the same kind of unit that happens to be employed by Reynolds. So, well, I can't really say whether that happened or not, but if we do end it there, I don't know, maybe meeting with one could jog my memory a bit. Well, be reminiscent from your time, wouldn't it?
That it would. 'Tis an excellent idea. What is this country known as Reynold like? They seem to stick to old tradition. Perhaps I should make a pilgrimage.
Uh, well, Marshall, do they really stick to old traditions? Like more martial one, I would assume, but
It's more martial, it is older tradition, but more an adaptation of old tradition.
right.
One could argue Reynold is older in tradition than King's Landing is now. But King's Landing is the traditions that everybody wants, essentially. Reynold is all the traditions that everybody wants, and also the ones people want but don't want to admit they want. If that makes sense.
Right. Well, this is structure and the way things are, and the way I'm seeing the picture of the old King's Landing, Reynolds is very much old-fashioned in that sense. That they're keeping all of what the King's Landing of old was, and adapting it in their own way. Other than that, though, it's structurally it's a really martial kind of country,
A martial state?
right? Let's see. I
They were
suppose maybe
based in the frozen mountains, yes?
in
To the south.
yeah, to the south, yes. I mean, it's not just frozen mountains, as we settle past that, but
There were
that
lands beyond the mountains.
indeed. I mean, not even the mountains, but if we go down them, yes, you're in Brindle country. With cities, villages, and honest people. Well,
How in
honest to a
heavens
fault,
did they all make it past the giant folk? Terrible, terrible creatures. Yellowing, bellowing. We did not
Well-
understand them, and they threw massive boulders at us. We thought it was a storm once, but it was the giants throwing boulders at us to scare us away.
Um, that's a good question,
Barbarian
really.
charged straight up the mountain, headbutting a woman tall as a building.
Well, my great, well, my ancestor was one of the first to settle Renault, but in our family records or really stories that we passed down to each other, he never really told us. We know that it was part of one of the first expeditions there to map out the thing and perhaps settle, but all we know is that on the way there, he found a mine, well, found an iron vein in the mountains and decided to settle there and essentially supply the people down in the valley.
Was your relative a dwarf?
I'm sure he probably wished he would be one. He was one, but no. We have mostly kept it human in the family.
I see.
His name, well, probably means nothing to you, but his name was Midas.
No, I do not recall any name such as that.
But
But
about
I
the
will
giant,
remember the name all the same.
but the giants, no. I don't really know any real tall giants like that anymore, and I don't think they're still a thing in Reynolds. And correct me if I'm wrong, Marshall. But
Goliaths have shrunken from their old giantess size,
right,
more 8 to 9 feet tall at max instead of the towering 12 to 14 feet they used to be.
right. Well, I'll say, well, giants like the how they were. They're not. We still, we do still have giants, but instead of being, well, double my size, the more be one or two heads taller. We'll say we call them Goliath, or they call themselves Goliath. And
I see.
honestly, we really do get along. Is the thing. They are honest, strong, rather open. So when you deal with the Goliath, you know what to expect because they tell you.
That is quite refreshing. It
Actually,
saddens me to hear that those do not do so anymore.
those.
Those who speak. It is clear to me
Oh.
the way others speak now that very few tread in such a way as to reveal their open intentions. Speaking in tongues was never the point. It muddied the conversation and grinded all diplomacy to a halt. The gods do not approve of it.
Well, honestly, I wouldn't really generalize like that. So it's still very much dependent on who you are and where you're from, really. Like, sure, like in Reynolds, we all, well, there's little cloak and dagger, if you know what I mean. But that doesn't mean if I was a Minotaur that I wouldn't just plan things behind your back. Like, sure, there are trends, but not everyone is like that, really.
Well, it is good to hear that some are quite still honest then. From
mean-
how you communicate and how others seem to speak, it is clear that not many speak in the old tongues anymore.
Well, perhaps one day things will change again, and we'll be
Cough, cough,
back
the
to
lung.
that. But
Perhaps. After all, there is a young lad currently who speaks in said tongues.
Indeed. That would be nice if told us what he had in mind so that we could cheer him up or something, but it'll come with time.
Ophelia
I'm
gives
sure.
you a warm smile. As warm as she can. He will be quite alright.
I'm sure. And well, I'm sorry if I'm veering off the conversation topic, but I've been meaning to ask, and I point to her codex. What's inside of this? I mean, it's quite big, so.
With one hand, she holds it up and opens it, as the pages flip and tumble around almost as if on their own. You notice, Gildos, that they're all blank.
Huh. Now that's not something I really expected.
She has a mysterious smile on her face. You can't read it, can you?
No. I mean, if it was in Orcish, Dwarvish, or, normal language, I would, but
So yeah, she
fortunately I don't know
smiles at you playfully, and with a finger she extends to the book and begins writing arcane sigils right above the book. Blue scrawling flows on the page immediately, but it's still a language you can't read.
So I'll see that and say, "Oh no, I get it. It's your secret diary. No men allowed. It's all your secret. That's why I can't say anything."
No. Good heavens, no. I have not kept such a thing since I was a girl.
Mhm.
It's a codex, as you said as well. However, it's a codex filled with many different spells and many different knowledges. I intend to study it extensively on our travels. Perhaps there is a clue there. After all, none of the writings that I've seen you all have on your person match the writings in here.
Uh-huh. Well, Eleanor, you know how we were going to learn some language and all. Now how about we pull us three together and totally learn from the past but teach her the future? Be a nice, I don't know, group activity.
That sounds like a lovely idea, Gildos. If you wish to attempt to learn this language, then I am more than willing to share it with you. However, I have no real grasp of how easy it will be for you. I'll be translating a completely unknown dialect to all of you.
Oh, really? Even if it's hard, once we start doing it, it'll be beneficial not only to us, but perhaps other people as well. So there's still many places from the old times that are left derelict.
Then let us bless this generation with the knowledge that has been lost. Let us share it. They deserve it, after all. No one should be guarding secrets and tomes of knowledge selfishly. They should be shared amongst the next generation, especially those who need it more. Eleanor nods at that. I quite agree with that. You know, Lady Ophelia, you're not too bad. I would certainly hope not.
How does the blue dragon feel about secret knowledge?
The blue dragon loves all knowledge, especially the kinds he's never heard of.
Yeah, I was actually about to say. Yeah, that does sound like something the blue dragon would want his hands on.
Yeah, I was curious about that. So Bub says, finding secret knowledge is something the blue dragon loves very much. So I should do my best to get as much as possible for glory.
Then let us make sure you gain lots of glory while we go around to these derelict places and learn what we can, so that your esteemed dragon can shine praises on you.
That sounds great and all. But first we have two mighty predators to predate on.
Ah, yes.
I have plans.
You have plans to defeat the mighty Tyrannosaurus and the
Yes.
mighty mammoth.
That's right.
So small and coming up with so plans.
I am also very powerful, and it has an inverse relationship to my smallness.
Quite.
But I kind of posted the general idea of my plan in the Discord, and we can add on to that. But the general idea is just really screw them over with that spell and making them slow, and just forcing them to move through it and take tons of damage. While we remain out of harm's way. Yeah, so what do you guys think?
Our tactical approach, instead of crashing against their mighty size, we're using strategic flanking. Quite like it, bub.
Yeah, well, otherwise they're gonna eat us.
Tulio chips up. Yeah, and you don't want to get in the mouth of a Tyrannosaurus. The only reason I'm not a pile of bones in its stomach is because I looted mithril off of a dude between a T-Rex's teeth.
What?
What, you think I just picked this off of anywhere?
I suppose that makes sense, although I thought mithril had to be made by, like, smith people.
Yeah, it's made by elves. It was an elvish noble. Got himself stuck between some Tyrannosaurus teeth. It was my job to go hunt him down. Poor bastard died in the T-Rex's gullet.
Well, the question is, how did he even get there in the first place?
That wasn't part of my business. My business was to track him down and bring him back alive.
Well, I guess you failed the job, but you got paid anyways? I don't think that's right.
No, I knew this necromancer fella. He did a great good stitch job.
Suspicious,
I mean, it's not too different from what blue kobolds do with each other. The boss is coming. Whatever kobolds bit the dust. Let's just stitch them together and hope we can just like res him or whatever.
At the idea of the plan, Ophelia pipes in as well. I quite like this strategy. Using tactics to lead it by the snout.
Yeah, the problem is how are we gonna get it to move? I got a spell for that, and he creates a thorn whip. But how can everyone else pull?
Well, we could always put some bait somewhere, but for something that size would need a lot of it. Now, I could potentially magic some, but no, I don't think that would be enough. Is the question, the thing.
Tyrannosauruses are quite territorial if you're going for one of them. Simply step into their land and do not leave it, and they will come charging.
Right. At least one will come toward us, no matter what. Now, if the mammoth is the T-Rex's prey, then, considering the T-Rex is already following it, I mean, assuming the tracks are its tracks,
They were much too small.
Are they?
They were little lizard people feet, essentially.
Oh, yeah, like the way you described them, like it's a little, so they're like, oh, this is just T-Rex tracks. You know, just imagine the mammoth watching the T-Rex to the side of the like Yom's tracks. So like,
No,
yeah,
there
okay,
was the
let's go.
mammoth tracks, like lizard people tracks, and then like small mammoth tracks, like really, really small, which were Yorm's feet.
Right. Uh-huh. And then again, to have one plan, we need to decide which creature we want to face. So, facing the Tyrannosaur would be the easiest. Well, at least be the easy, how should I say,
Mark.
setup. As we can just wait for it, but at the same time, it is a predator, so it might be more difficult to actually bring down. And I don't know. The shaman stand was already made in T-Rex's skin, right? So it would be rather, I don't know, lame to bring another one.
On the
Not only
contrary,
that,
You could also ask Delon. Delon would know as
is
well.
Stallone back yet?
yeah,
I
that's the
mean,
word.
at this point, he probably has. He's just been watching quietly.
I'm also thinking of the feast, and usually predator meat isn't as tasty as.
I'll let Ophelia speak up, and then Delon can chime in if that's what you want. But he has been listening for quite some time. I just didn't make my presence known.
Bringing the Tyrannosaurus would be quite a vested interest for us. It's the bigger game, and if you're hell-bent on establishing your personal credibility, the ability for a small group to take down the Tyrannosaurus is quite the status symbol. After all, they need an entire tribe, multiple, and they will lose many lives to acquire such a thing.
Her ladyship is correct. Delon says, making his presence known. If there isn't, while it was a gift given, taking down either party would be significant, but a T-Rex is the apex predator in this area. Doing so and showing, hopefully, that we don't lose a single compatriot would show not only our own distinction, but, Delon points at Gildas, it would also be an advantage for a certain war chief to stake his claim, to show that he has certain abilities that others do not. It would also force a meeting of all minds of all the tribes. They'd have to show up.
So we signal us both for a moment and say, yeah, fair enough. I mean,
And of course, if you didn't want to hide, there are a lot of things that can be made from it.
uh-huh. I mean, we still have the option of taking both at the same time, but don't think we'd advise that.
That would be
And
quite
would be
foolhardy.
Agreed.
yeah, hardy, greedy, everything, but if we chance upon a T-Rex snacking on the mammoth, you know, bring them both.
That is a fair point. If we just so happen to come across a T-Rex snacking on a mammoth and take down the T-Rex while its belly's half full of food, then we get 2 prizes for the price of 1. That's just good business. For once, me and the little lady are on the same page. Once a scavenger,
Win-win.
always a scavenger. I changed my mind. We're taking one or the other.
I'll just shake my head. Well, either way, I think it might be best to wait for Yorm to come back and tell us if anything's happening outside.
Indeed. After a bit longer, you notice that the fire begins to die out, and as it's about to go out, you hear some stumbling in the snow as somebody slides down the glacier, kind of tumbling a moment, but catches himself. Never gets easier. Sorry about that. Keep you waiting.
So I'm gonna look at him and be like, "Are you more of a forest ranger?"
Is it that obvious?
Yes.
Well, proud to be a forest ranger, if that's the case of it.
Can you make things move from a range?
Make things move from a range?
Yeah.
Ah, you mean like golden creatures into a canal sort of thing? Like
Pulling
a
them
burrow,
through
so...
tons and tons of barbed vines for massive damage.
Well, you see, you shoot them on the ass, and you shoot them on the backs of the cows. It's like fire gets them going. So I'd need to position from far behind them, and you would all need to be visible to it. And once you've set the trap, someone would give me the signal, and I'd let loose. Start firing on it. The thunder crack might spook it, and the impact of the blunderbuss should kick it into gear. No offense there, Yorm, but what's stopping that thing from turning around and charging straight for you instead? Yorm just blinks for a moment, as if the thought never crossed his mind. The thundercrack should scare it down the way, not towards me. Thunder doesn't crack around here. If it hears thunder, that ain't good. Means something scary's here, you know?
If I do need to set up an ambush, though, I can always be the bait myself as well. Since our last encounter, I've learned some really nice tricks when it comes to defensive plays. Really. Well, defensive really is not.
Spam Spirit Guardian says it's going through the difficult terrain super slowly. And we just yank the shit out
Well,
of it.
it's
Like,
not just
we need to
that.
be as cheap as possible. It's a T-Rex, no mercy.
I mean, it's not just that. Like, if we do like end up taking a rest or something inside the glacier before going in the morning, I can take leaf of water, put it like right in the middle of the trap, and
What did that do?
there you go. But
Five
basically,
paragraphs later.
basically 5d8 elemental damage if he steps on it.
Just once?
Yeah. I mean, it's not concentration, so it's fire forget. Just need to stand like 20 feet away. That's the only caveat.
Oh, it's literally just a trap. Okay, but
Yeah.
it's worth. It's you have to spend 200 gold to use it though.
Oh, do I?
Yeah, it sucks.
It's okay, I'll have like 3,000 gold in the bank. Well, that's 200
We need
gold
it
for
for
some
our
free
clan
damage.
of Gildas
fun.
Ultimate War Chief. The
I
Ultimate
actually
War
have
Chief
like
clan.
I do have 200 gold on myself anyway, so not a problem.
Like, if he could find some way to force move it, like, that's an additional 2d6 damage every time we move him a square. And I
Yeah.
just have to keep concentrating on the spell, and it will stay up for the entire encounter.
I mean, I don't have anything that moves. I don't know. I have things that prevent from moving. Well, I get things that do, but at the moment, no, I don't have anything that moves. Because I remember, like, I think I took all the good third level spells already. Like, there's nothing else. It's like, okay, here's an aura. He's the third. Like, okay, cool. Kinda bad though.
What I should really do is just have the T-Rex touch the wand, and then it will die instantly.
I mean,
The wand no longer has the black aura on it,
I
so.
know.
yeah,
I
otherwise,
know. I was just joking.
unless.
If Delon had a certain ability, he could also just shoulder charge the dang thing. And actually, I could that shoulder charge actually could knock down a gargantuan. But I'd have to double check on that. But
You
I'm
just
not
wait at the
sure.
edges of the barbs, and whenever it gets like it's gonna
Yeah,
get
but
there, you just knock them over back into it.
Yeah, but I actually can't do that at this level.
Aw.
Oh, damn.
No. I'm actually I'm looking it up. Actually, so for future reference for myself, I saved all the. I saved my character sheet in screenshots because it was hard to get it. Yeah, I get it at 10th level. At 10th level, I have Shoulder Charge, which after I make an attack action, I can use a bonus action to Shoulder Charge a creature I have successfully attacked. I make an attack roll for the charge with a -2 penalty. If the attack hits, the target creature is shoved 10 feet and is knocked prone. You can increase the penalty to -5 to increase the range to 20 feet. The damage for Shoulder Charge is 2d8 plus my strength modifier. And at level 14, it becomes 3d8 plus my strength modifier. Again, this is like Shoulder Charge is such a useless thing. I don't even know why it's even in the tree of my character.
Because it's busted late game.
It is busted late game. It's terrifyingly busted. I attack, you're prone. I attack, you're prone. There's no limit.
Let's see, do I have anything?
I guess sorry if there was like no introduction for me coming back. I just wanted to get in the conversation.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
It's fine, yeah.
No biggie. That's how I always do it. That's the bub way.
Yeah, like, even if I wanted to, like, you have no spells that moves.
On the plus side, this is something Yorm has.
Again, the T-Rex was an undead. I could just, like, turn undead if I have to move, but unfortunately.
We defeat it and then we make it undead.
Oh god.
I found my mount.
That would like yes, we killed one T-Rex. Let's find another one so we can give it. We had to give Bob a pet. Hit him out.
No way that would ever fly.
Yeah.
Now what we do is we kill it, then we bring the tribe to go see the body, then you revive it and you defeat it again with the audience.
Yeah, but are we really planning to like show off the fact that we defeated it to give Gildas cred?
I mean, no, we're killing the damn thing, taking it back, and I'm giving the credit to Gildas.
Well, I mean, honestly, whether you do that or not, like the fact that like I am with the party as we do it doesn't.
Yeah, we're just in a party
Either
together.
way.
We're all gonna get the credit.
How are we gonna take it back? There's no way
Very
we
good.
can carry that much.
I mean, couldn't Ophelia just like summon a bunch of skeletons and be like, carry?
She could, potentially.
But how would we? What would we put it on? I guess is my question.
I mean, we have a cart, right? You just drag it.
It's just a. It's just like.
It's a donkey.
It's not that big of a cart. Like, this is a legitimate question. How are we gonna get it back?
To be honest, it should be perfectly preserved in the frozen waste. So if you go back and say, we killed one, and then bring them straight to the site, I mean, the rest should be handled.
All right, somebody's gonna have to guard its corpse, but
So
we'll
we
decide
do-
who does it, I guess.
what we do is like bring something from the corpse first, so that we have like material
Evidence.
proof. That we did.
Yeah,
And
we
then bring them to the actual site.
that's a better plan.
And then
Okay.
they're like, yeah, we'll carry. Well, this is preserved. We can have a feast. All right, boys and ladies, pick this thing up. We're gonna carry it back to the thing, and we're gonna roast it and take it, everything that it's got. We're gonna mount its T-Rex head in front of our camp.
Exactly. Well, yeah, we just take the head to them.
Yeah.
So, also while everybody was talking about that, I rolled for Yorm to see if he could recall information on this. Then I added a die because he's been palling around with the Shaman's Ranger. He got a 26 total.
Yeah.
So, Yorm is going to speak up as the party's thinking about things. When I was palling around with Shaman's Ranger, he and I got to talking about things. He seemed interested in hunting the mammoth, and he made me afraid enough of the T-Rex to want to avoid it. I chipped in some info I had, and he was surprised at my knowledge, and we had a good thing going before he told me to sit here and left. Ah, well. But if it's the T-Rex we're going after, just so y'all know, they are nasty, nasty creatures. They are big as a mountain, gargantuan, some would say, and they are creatures much, much older than almost anything else here. The ranger called it a creature of a bygone era. That sounds about right. Such creatures were feared far and wide. The few who had ever seen or heard them were so fear-stricken that we promptly made it a point to almost never return to the region which they had holed themselves in up. Seems at some point they made their home where we once did. Perhaps the world pushed them back. Yeah, well, on top of that, they're terrifying to stand near. Absolutely terrifying. And I've never seen it myself, but the way that fellow described what can come out of that thing's mouth made me put my cigar out. Sounded like hellfire. Something serious.
He's not is not wrong. The legends on these creatures aren't well known. But if we're worrying about fear, I did happen to find something when we was in the Necromancer's cave. He produces the bravery amulet. This one is the symbol of Yor on it, of bravery and courage. Seems to me it has magic involved in it. Might even be immune to being frightened. At least, that's what I think. I'm not quite sure in it. I don't have too much Arcana knowledge. I think Eleanor said it was.
She did. Eleanor told you what it did.
Yeah, so she told me what it did. So that's basically what it said, and that's what Lady Eleanor said.
Uh-huh.
A nifty ward against fear. Should come in a lot of handy. Especially if it can impose fear on us like a dragon.
There's that, and we should also decide how to, well, who will get which rings. After all, we got a couple of them, and that might be really useful for that. I mean, this one, I produced the ring of protection.
Ah, that's a beaut right there. Wasn't that on that freaky dude's finger?
No, I think it was the other one. That's a good recall.
Ah, right. Ring of protection, ring of fortification, potato, tomato. Both make you hardier, you know?
Aye, but in different ways. Sometimes you wish it was the other one.
Ain't that the truth of it? Norm just scratches his beard a bit. Should we give it to one of us that are more magically adept, or should we give it to one of the ones more frontlined? Ophelia chips in. Regardless of what you choose, I do not need it. It is best used on those who are in the realm of the living.
Well, at least this one, like the con ring. I think Bud might be the best user.
Yeah? I have a strong will.
Right, but you can't really say your bows are strong.
No.
That's why I think you should take it.
Tulio gives you a thumbs up, bub. Just remember to drink your milk, alright, bub?
Oh, okay. I need a cow. He buys a camel so he can get his milk from the camel and use his mount. Hashtag life hack. Actually, why don't D&D players just do that? And that way they can get their rations. I'm thinking too hard. I don't know if I'm playing a traveling survival game, though. Like, these are the type of things I would consider.
So alrighty, Bub gets the ring of fortification. And who does the party think should get the ring of protection? Gives a +1 AC and a +1 on saving throws.
Does that stack with the Forge Cleric ability?
No, I don't believe so.
I think we'll just give it to the law, personally. Because he's the one who benefits from having high AC all the time.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, give it to Dalan, then I can get like 19 EC as well from Blessing of the Forge. Oh, I guess I had 19 EC plus the +1 to well, then again, he already has a magic weapon, so I'm not sure that's. Hold on. Yeah, it's just turning like items into magic items, actually. Yeah, can touch one non-magical object. Yeah. So basically, since he's using the Sword of Echoes, I can't exactly do it.
So yay on the Ring of Protection for Delon.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Latin, like, sits like at the front line. Like, getting +1 on saving throw is really good as well.
True.
Hmm.
Let's
Okay,
see, I
then.
believe in the items there was also a +1 shield.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you wanted to give that to Delon, that should boost. I think with the Ring of Protection, that will put him at 20. So if you gave Delon the +1 shield, that would put his AC essentially at 20 with the Ring of Protection. Because the +1 shield gives +3 AC while wielded, instead of +2, which would put him at 19. And then the Ring of Protection would add a +1, so it would put him at 20 and a +1 to saving throws.
Uh-huh.
Hmm. So under shield, I should turn into shield +1.
Yes.
Okay. So +1. Put AC, AC 3 instead of 2.
Yes.
Got it. It's just the. Okay. So with that, it's become 19.
Yep. And if you gave Delon the Ring of Protection, that would put him at 20. So he'd be pretty tanky at the moment. And then once he gets the ability to add his charisma modifier and all that to his defense, it would probably be best to swap the Ring of Protection to someone else after that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, give him his set of half plate as well, Soon. Maybe.
Because all those other AC I can get from just armor and equipment.
Giga Tank.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the whole point. What happened?
I'm just doing something on your sheet.
Okay.
Should put you at 20. There we go. That should be right, I believe.
Sidebar, have I been doing Delon okay so far? Just kind of having a crisis moment. Am I doing too much, too little?
No, I
Any
think you're doing
recommendation?
fine.
Okay. I don't want to be too morose. I'm not trying to be morose. I'm trying to be him just being contemplative.
No, you were fine.
Yeah.
But
You
not
did a good job with it.
unfriendly. If he's still friendly, he's just his head's in. But you know, you have like two thoughts going on.
Yep.
Stuff. That's what I'm trying to go for.
Alright, I believe that also leaves... Does it leave anything else in here? Nah, I think that's it.
Yeah, I think we are saddled up.
Should I also have the who's getting the frightening amulet?
The Amulet
The
of
one-
Yore.
The amulet of Yore. Hunter from
Already,
the future.
already have an amulet, so it can't be me.
Yeah. So it has to be someone else.
Why not kill this?
Yeah, you don't want the
Well,
cleric to get feared. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
I think
Yeah.
I want you should have like a healer or something. I think that Gildus would be a better prospect. At least with me, I have higher AC. You don't want to just give everything.
True.
Yeah. I mean, I could take it here, I guess.
Yeah, I think it'd be very good for you too, because now you're like, yes, now you're embodied by your
So, like,
another god.
yeah, that's
Gotta
the
catch them all.
That's the problem. Like, what's supposed to?
That's okay. Bridget can't care too much about having a Yor emblem. Yor supersedes her on the
Yeah,
pecking order.
If anything, Bridget's probably like, oh, hi, Yor, and yours is like, oh, hello, Bridget. Trying to
wait,
resurrect your status, I see.
you still exist?
Very noble
Exactly.
endeavor.
Never
I had
mind.
forgotten
I
about you.
Exactly. I respect that. Well, good luck. And he's just like, good luck, I guess.
But alrighty. So with the info on the T-Rex gathered, magic items divvied up, and Yorm having gotten a god tier roll to recall information on the beast. How does the party want to approach it? Yorm will be able to track it for you, so he'll be able to lead you right to it. You got a good roll for that.
And Bab's plan is at least a plan, so we could always go
True.
with that.
I'm pretty sure that requires stealth.
Right. That's the problem.
Well, I can help with the stealth part.
But then again, do we want to stealth or we want it to come to us?
Well, we at least need to kind of know where it is so I can set up a little bit.
Yeah.
Let me double check to see what the range on spike growth is. 150 feet. So it creates a 20-foot radius. So basically, ideally what would happen is I'd create it where it stands, and then we would slow it. And then it would have to take several turns, or at least a couple turns to get out. And then I could repeatedly throw it back in to take more damage. The only issue is I'm the one who has to concentrate on it, though. So this works a lot better if it was two people.
Yeah. Unless, we have the advantage of range.
Right.
Most
I
of
mean,
us.
I guess we could all just hide, and then I could call lightning and just repeatedly like spam it while hiding.
I just need to know how the party's approaching the area.
I see.
Yeah.
So, what's the general area like? Like, I know there's like ice and
So the
mountains.
area where the T-Rex is going to be icy, hilly, and have some plateaus here and there. Some raised vantage points.
Okay, interesting.
Yorm can lead you essentially if you were to roll good stealth, he could attempt to lead you to almost any of the high vantage points to set up before you sprung essentially the trap.
Right. How about we make like the thieves in Nebulum?
Honestly,
And
yeah,
let's get out of here!
I mean, that's a pretty good plan, honestly. If we could surround it like that, that would be awesome. All right, let's do that. Should I cast Pass Without Trace while we're stealthing there?
Think that's a good idea. Luckily, Yorm also has good stealth. So we got two stealthy boys here at the moment.
Nice. Well, they both got over 30. We're good.
It's a 14.
Can't believe you guys. I understand why Brendan picked heavy armor. I can't believe you picked heavy armor.
That's
14.
Why wouldn't I pick heavy armor? I'm a cleric, damn it.
Because disadvantage in stealth is worse. Alright, that's a 32 from me.
Dude, I had a plus one anyway.
That's a 22.
Alright, you didn't
From
say
Ophelia?
easy date, so there you go. Get you my T-Rex for your impropriety.
It's okay, Lenore can be paid with me. Shit roll.
Delon getting a 22.
Oh, he's just having his horse do it, yeah.
Oh, he is having the horse do it, right? 21, 20,
Life
31.
hacks, so 31. Life hacks.
Because the horse can make the stealth because he's on the horse.
We should get Delon
Exactly.
like a horse.
You can't
or
make
something.
stealth if stealth is
No,
on
I mean,
horse.
we need to get Gildas a horse so he can stealth out it.
Well, I get an ass and like,
Yeah.
No,
No,
what
Gildas
do
just get
orcs
on an ass.
ride? Like a
Y'all
boar?
have an ass though. Y'all have a donkey.
Yeah, ride
No,
the
no,
stealth
forget-
on the donkey.
I don't know. If we get like one of those giant orc guys, you always just ride on one of them.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, what does an orc war chief ride into battle? And that's what we need to get him.
Another orc chief.
exactly.
Alrighty. So y'all should be on the
Go
map
do
now.
some- This looks like a Command and Conquer map. I love it.
Sorry that it's a little dark. I'm treating it like you're traveling at a little bit of eve, essentially, not fully
I mean-
nighttime.
Okay.
You're also in winter tundra.
Yep.
It's going to be darker just even
Yeah.
during
Yep.
daylight anyways.
That's for
It's
sure.
perfect weather.
So alrighty. The party can reposition as they see fit at the moment. I will say, as soon as y'all walked over a certain line, you all heard an ear-piercing, mind-numbing roar that reached the heavens. It came from off in the distance.
If that was our cue, that is the sound of the leave.
That it would be.
Can we see it from here?
You cannot.
No.
It came from way off in the distance, out of sight.
We entered its territory, bait. I think Bub would know that. We
Bub-
entered its
I
That
believe
seems
Bub
pretty
would.
obvious even without a roll.
I wouldn't make the party roll for that. They clearly they would be able to pick that up.
So where do you guys want to trap it on the map? I feel like we should go here, unless this is elevated.
So essentially, this is like a cliffside. This is elevated. This is
Okay.
elevated. This is even more elevated. This bridge is still here. This bridge is broken down. There was a bridge here once, but it's been long since decrepit.
Got it. Okay.
Oh, yeah, you know, as we go along, I'll just do that real quick on my armor as well. So, get that 19.
Alrighty.
This thing probably has like a 25 strength or something stupid like that. It's gonna be. It might be interesting for me to put the trap down here, and that way, when I'm dragging it, it can take some fall damage as well. But I think it's so large that it wouldn't actually take it. So.
I think.
Yeah, I just feel like this area would be good to trap him at, and that way we could have like height advantage, and we could run behind a tree if we needed to, and we could run across the bridge if things get dicey. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah. Plus, you know, with the bridge being broken down, I feel like this is like the kind of route you would take. So,
Yeah.
and then again, that would also mean it's as big as the bridge. I mean, even if we're here, it's not really a vantage point. You know. That's just like conjectures, but yeah.
Well, I have a 30-foot range on my Thorn Whip, which is what's going to be grabbing him
Right.
and moving him. At least as far as I'm reading it correctly. Because I'm not sure, because it says it's concentration. And I'm not sure I'm allowed to do a cantrip if I'm doing a concentration spell.
You can. You just need to not. The cantrip can just not be concentration.
Okay,
You
yeah.
must
the
have set the concentration before you would have casted the cantrip. Essentially,
Okay.
not on the same round.
All right. Yeah. Okay. That's no problem then.
So if you're setting up a trap preemptively, you have time to keep concentration on something, and then essentially if you're setting it up preemptively, still use a cantrip.
Right. Okay. Cool. All right. So I'm gonna need everybody to get into position first because I'll have to drop the stealth to set up the trap.
I'm
So
just
the
thinking
timing's gonna be very specific.
where to go, really. Does it see? There, but like 1, 2, 3. I mean, even if I go here, like Spirit Guardian will encompass everything there.
Yeah, just
Actually.
keep throwing him down the cliff and using our range shenanigans.
So I'll put myself there. So that way, the whole of this is Spirit Guardian, basically.
Mhm.
All this. If he has to come down, yeah. Because essentially, I'm using the cliff face as like cover. More or
Okay.
less.
By the way, just so everybody else knows, the person who currently has Reaper of Souls is Ophelia. Since nobody
Yeah.
is taking a claim to it, she essentially picked it up.
Okay, that works with me. No way I could use it.
I mean, I could use it, but having to cast Remove Curse every
Yeah.
day.
The only other person who could use it without losing things would be Tulio, but he would also lose all his like roguish special
I
stuff,
know,
including.
not
So
worth
you're
it.
like, no point.
It's not a very guild-ass weapon
Do
anyway.
we are we doing initiative stuff or?
No,
You
we're
can
getting into
go.
position for the
Yeah,
battle.
I will say if you want to roll initiative, you can. But yes, you are also repositioning for the battle preemptively. I'm letting you move somewhere on the map
Yeah, here.
before
Let
it
me.
starts.
That's fine.
Where is it? 1, 2, 3. Do you think we're gonna need to possibly run away in this battle? That fog cloud.
Possibly.
Possibly.
I feel like it's a fact that we
I'm gonna
have
stay right here so that like he has a narrow path he has to deal with.
Whatever.
So
I'll just gift of alacrity 4 times. That's all my first level spells. Who wants it? No.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Who needs an initiative bonus? Initiative bonus. I'm definitely taking it. Okay, nice. 6. Okay, so I'll take it. Gildas will take it. Delon will take it. And which NPC wants a +6 to initiative?
I feel like
The wizard.
yeah, probably.
Honestly, I'll give that +6 to initiative to Eleanor then.
Let's see.
There's the damage.
But if she uses it, we will die.
Wow, you're on with the bad initiative. Surprised at that one.
Rangers with bad initiative.
It's just stubby legs in the snow,
Not wrong.
So that's a 16 from me. Oh, I forgot to select them.
It's okay, I'll add you to the initiative order.
There we go. I'll just switch it to 16. There we go.
Tulio also got an 8. What the hell?
Maybe I should have used it on them. Oh well.
This is weird that they got such bad initiative rolls.
Yeah, be sure to add the. Did you guys add the +6? Delon and Gildas. Both got a
It's a
plus 6.
+6 more. Oh, okay, well, this
On
is
top of whatever you rolled, yeah.
Ophelia with the nat 20. Actually, hold on. I rolled the wrong thing for Eleanor. Okay, there we
Plus
go.
6.
6, okay. So it's a +2 to that. So Eleanor also gets an 8. It's funny. Delon has, I believe, okay, he's already added something to it.
I just added it. Delon, did you add the plus 6?
Oh, yeah, it was a +6. Okay, so Eleanor
I mean,
gets a
Gildas,
+6.
did you add the plus 6?
Yeah, well, I
Okay.
went from 14 to 16.
Eleanor gets a 12,
Okay.
okay. So you put it on Gildas, Delon, Eleanor, and who else?
Myself.
Yourself, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Alrighty. I'm gonna do a secret initiative.
Oh no.
Secret dinosaur initiative. By the way, he's invisible.
No, he's not. He's
Hides
not. He's
us in
not.
the
He's not.
stone.
He's not. He's not. This
He's
is not
so
the green
over.
dragon. No, he's not invisible.
Tyrannosaurus Rex initiative. Darn, okay. I was kind of hoping our wizard would get to go before it. Well, we'll see if we get a surprise round or not, though.
Oh, and let me actually also. Actually, I'll just have them act on Ophelia's initiative order. Poor Ophelia, she only raised 1 undead. Luckily, yeah, she rolled 1. Luckily, the undead has 35 hit points, so it's good.
Nice.
Should take like 1 free hit. But alrighty, I'm gonna have Eleanor position down over here or so. I'm gonna have Ophelia position around to be over here. So after everybody gets into position, Bub, you said that the 20-foot square was about like here or so?
Yeah, here, hold on, let me click on it just so you would.
Like around here-ish?
Yeah, so it would, yeah, it'd be around there-ish.
Although 20-foot radius. Much bigger than that, actually.
Yeah.
I go at least up to there, essentially. Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, yeah. There.
Oh, each square is 10 feet here. Okay.
It is. Oh, yeah.
I'm like hiding in the trees right here.
I'll do like that, I'll be generous. But alrighty. So as the party prepares, setting up their traps, getting everything ready, the ground shakes like an earthquake, and the blizzarding winds are stilled as a roar forces the winds to stop. With each step of something approaching, the whole ground shakes, just like before, as if an earthquake is happening. And then, before it's even taken a third step, you see it. A giant lizard, looking as if it does not belong in this frozen waste, big as a mountain, is trudging its way down the ravine.
Holy crap, I didn't expect it to actually be this big.
Yeah, it's like gargantuan.
Yup.
Oh, there you go.
So alright, at the top of the round is Ophelia.
Just right next to it, too.
She is.
I hope she has some nice spells.
She is going to.
Evan, the red thing is the spike growth, right?
Yeah.
Whoopsie doodle.
No, that's fine. I can do a scorpion maneuver. You'll see.
Oh, it's not doing her DC right.
Uh-oh.
The DC should be much higher than that. It's probably closer to about a 16 or so.
I mean, it's not adding any bonus. It's like rolling
Yeah,
it
it's doing flat. Let's try this real quick. Yeah, there it is. That's better.
Yeah.
So it needs to make a con save as she raises the scythe towards the creature, and a ichory black just blast of putrid energy flies straight towards the creature, smacking it in the side, rotting away some of its flesh as a banshee's wail is heard in the air. It will make a con save.
Not all the flesh, Ophelia. We still want to eat that.
Not all of it, just a bit. Tiny bit. Little smudge. Like a burn, really.
This is not a problem to do the size.
Yeah,
See,
it
that
will
T-Rex
take
got
half
the high
damage,
plan.
which I'm going to say is 11 necrotic damage. And it just continues trudging, not even caring.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
11 damage did not register.
So is it surprise? Question mark.
Technically.
Okay.
Because it's just trudging through the land, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So that means it's Delon's turn.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I guess the real question is how am I going to maneuver this? I want to make sure it's inside the cone thing. I guess I can go down to where... No, I kind of want to go down where Gildus is and kind of lure it from there so it walks through it.
Uh-huh.
Otherwise, the only other way I can really think of is to maybe get it... I don't know.
You can just chuck javelins. Call it a day.
I guess. Jeez. I have a crossbow, my friend.
Oh.
Mini javelin.
Yeah.
Not wrong. You also have
whatever.
spells.
Yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna get to where Gildus is because I want him to come this way.
Okay.
Keep in mind, each square is about 10 feet.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. I'm gonna use the horses first.
So good.
You can get to
70,
60 there, actually.
80,
If you go like that. It's still
Yeah.
good.
True.
60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, and I can blast him from this distance with a with the Eldritch Blast, 2d10 radiant. That is a not gonna hit.
That's a hit.
Oh
Yeah,
wow!
surprised. Also, it's
Okay.
huge.
Yeah, it's so huge that I lowered its AC.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's 13 radiant damage. He yells Excelsior! Blast.
So you charge in on Velise and extend your hand, shooting your Eldritch Blast of Radiance straight towards the creature as it just takes the damage right on the chin. Just keeps trudging.
Burp. Yeah, that's weird.
Alright,
It's all
so
about whittling this thing
It
down.
takes. Let's see. 20-foot radius. The area becomes difficult terrain for the duration. When the creature moves into the or within the area, it takes 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet it travels. So it would take 2d4 damage.
Alrighty, is there any save on that?
No.
Okay, 2d4.
For every 5 feet it travels, it says. So. Do you want me to roll for the damage on it? Or, yeah, you can, it's fine.
I rolled 4. Was it just stepped 1 foot into it and basically dipped its toe in?
Yeah. Okay. Let me just read.
Steps its other foot in. Basically, its entire foot is in the spot. So it's gonna take another damage. Its feet are so big it doesn't actually take too much damage from traveling because its feet are just that big.
Yeah, I love how it's difficult terrain, but whatever, he's so huge. Doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm gonna use Thorn Whip. What is the spell attack? I think that's +5 for me. D20 +5. Oh, a 9?
That does not hit.
Damn. Okay. Oh. I'm gonna use my move action to hide because fuck.
Sounds good.
Okay. Alright, that's my turn.
Alrighty.
Well, so
That's
no.
more damage. Twice.
So, I see he is in Spirit Guide range, but considering this is a surprise round, I'm gonna take fully advantage of that and do that.
Alrighty.
That's 23 damage.
Which it will take on the chin.
Very good, man.
Eleanor's turn. She is going to cast Slow on the creature.
Yep. Nice. It's in difficult terrain, gotta slow it so it can move at a quarter speed. And then I'm gonna Scorpion it. If I can actually hit the damn
See,
thing.
wisdom saving throw.
Well, I probably should have rolled that with advantage. My mistake, it's past my turn. Too late, baby, now.
So, as it begins to become slowed for half a moment, its head instantly jerks in the direction of Eleanor. And its jaw opens and closes extremely slowly. No.
It talks.
I don't think Bub would be surprised since he can normally talk to animals, but...
Did you actually? Are we actually hunting a T-Rex, or are we just hunting the father of all T-Rexes?
You're hunting a T-Rex in my setting.
Giga-Rex.
Just so you know.
Shit. Creature of a bygone age, fuck.
I kind of feel like this is maybe stupid. Maybe we shouldn't have been fighting a fucking T-Rex.
To be fair,
Let's
y'all have
beat it
done some
enough.
decent damage.
Think of the street crane, though.
I know, but I also, it's like a creature of a bygone era, and we saved Ophelia, who was a person of a bygone era. I feel like the irony is palpable.
Alright, well, you can talk to it while I'm doing damage, okay?
I'm just saying. Oh, no.
Honestly,
I feel
you
like-
won't be able to RP your way out of it. It will eat you.
Yeah,
It doesn't care.
No.
Just so you know, it's an evil creature.
Oh, then okay, then I'm fine with it. Oh, so okay. I just need to know this. Are we fighting like an equivalent to a Balrog?
Essentially, yeah.
I have no qualms here. Then. All right.
It
that's
is
fine.
an evil, very old, territorial, asshole-ish creature. At
Then it
one
deserves-
point, it was a servant of liches.
then it is rightfully right
Mammoths
to be
are the
destroyed.
ones that are more neutral.
Manifest destiny. Got it. Evan, you remember when James was playing Red Dead Redemption? He just went around and shot the bisons, yelling "Manifest destiny."
Julio is going to make. I just figured out what that meant. I just caught up with me. Oh, hey, Julio made the check. Julio now gets advantage on all rolls against this creature.
Epic.
That's a hit. It's
Nice.
going to take 19 damage.
Pew, pew, pew.
As a crossbow bolt shoots it right near the eye. Its head jerks around in the direction of Tulio. No. Gorm is going to fire his dwarven hand cannon. However, with his bonus action, he's going to do this. Hunter's Mark.
Ooh,
Cool.
smart man.
So you all hear a thunder crack as the T-Rex takes 14 damage. Top of the round is Ophelia, who will attempt a chill touch and hit. For 14 necrotic. And for posterity's sake,
Yep. Okay.
cannot regain hit points to the start of her next turn. Dalon.
Well, I think since it's close enough, I might as well hit it twice.
Uh-huh.
So, Sword of Echoes, go. That's a
Nice.
hit. That's a hit.
Yep.
Alright. First one takes 13 slashing. Second one, 9 slashing. When we have time to sit down, Delon's gonna go over that history of that sword.
That's 22 slashing. Bub.
It's like a Wrath of the Righteous boss fight right here. All right, let's try this again. Okay. Plus 5. Damn it! Not again!
Poor Bub. Gildas.
Right, so considering where he is, like what Exhibit Card does, I'm like, do I stay there or do I move down a little bit? Because I mean, it's likely that I go down towards Eleanor anyway.
True.
So like, fuck it, just go. So that way you won't have like any choice. So yeah, boop, I'm dropping it. Which I think, well, I mean, considering it's 15 feet, do you round up or do you round down?
I round down, personally, when you're usually using sizes like this.
Right, so it will only be the.
It would be in its square at least.
Yeah, at least it would start in it.
Should be
Yeah,
about, like, I think that or so.
So its speed is
Yeah.
halved again. So its speed has been halved 2 times, plus difficult terrain. So it just can't move.
Yeah.
So it moves at an 8 speed?
Technically,
Yeah.
difficult terrain doesn't stack like that. Technically.
Well, the difficult terrain is just difficult terrain,
Yeah.
and then you have the spell effects from both Gildas and Eleanor.
Since it's like the first time you use spirit guidance, I may as well like describe it real quick. But remember the Fey people we helped in Lovewood Bridge Quest?
Yeah.
Well, essentially modeling the spirits after them
Cool.
as the Fey.
Also, so you know, Bub, the T-Rex said no to being slowed.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, it's still super slowed down, so I'm happy. It just said no to it. Based.
You can't do that.
It can if it has legendary resistance, it can.
Yeah, exactly.
You know where you can show
You know, you used to show your legendaries.
Okay, but what does it do? I guess it's difficult terrain plus its speed is half from Spirit Guardians.
But we'll
Not
see
like that
when
matters.
it's his turn and it starts moving anyway.
By the way, for everybody here,
Aha.
Yeah, within what? That's all of us. We're all within 120 feet. DC 19. Fuck.
Haha.
Who's
Wish-
wearing the fear amulet again?
I am.
Gildas.
Not me. All right, Gildas, you're gonna have to solo this shit.
This is that. Well, yeah. Well, considering it's his turn, it is its turn now. Like he has to make like.
Yeah, I'm frightened.
It doesn't show the DC. But DC is 14.
No, DC 19.
No, he means for Spirit Guardian.
Oh.
Yeah, for some reason it doesn't show the DC. So let's see if I can just like.
Yeah, it says DC 14 up above when you cast it earlier.
Is that a save?
Yeah,
spell
I
card
in,
part.
spell card, but like not on the.
So-
no, there we go.
So
3d8
when a creature
radiant
enters the
damage.
earth first time, it takes a mistake with save throw and fails the creature 3d8 radiant, and if you are neutral, okay.
Yeah, it's just like save or take full damage, and if you save, like it's half damage.
So yeah,
Right.
essentially roll the damage, Gildas. Oh, you did. It was
Alright.
15.
Yeah, 15. Yeah.
Okay. So the T-Rex will take 15 radiant damage.
And I have to roll for wisdom.
Yep, we all do.
Yeah.
By the way, just so as a reminder, Amulet of Lior once per day gives the wielder the ability to make all creatures it designates immune to fear by emboldening them with the bravery of the god of Yor.
Oh, all of them. well, you know,
Gotta
if
use
it's like
it.
a reaction, if it's not like an action or something, then yeah, I'll do it.
It's meant to be used at the start of the fight.
Ah,
It's not a reactionary item. It's a preventative
yeah,
item.
man.
may as well, since you don't prepare for it anyways. Like,
I'll be nice and say that if you wanted to use it at the start of the fight, like I assumed you would have, I'll say retroactively you did. I'll be nice.
yeah, because I just read things like, oh yeah, you're just immune to fear, like I know that.
I should have been more clear. He is correct. I just assumed you knew that. That's my bad.
Like, well, it's just like I didn't read the thing, so it's my fault as well.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I should have been.
Well, that's a
People gonna-
relief.
And the reason why it's
Yeah.
all creatures is because the god of Yor doesn't fuck around.
Uh-huh.
Should we? Do you want to be like fair and say, maybe like if it goes into effect, we'll have it go in effect next turn? Because I mean, it feels kind of shitty for like a DM who's just like, all right, I did this, and then you're like, and
It's okay. In the future, I'm not gonna let you use it reactively. You have to use it
Yeah.
proactively.
I get it.
Cool.
Plus, that's not even the creature's action. That's when like you're within range of it.
I know.
all right, man. If you're cool with that, then I don't have to make a roll then, because I'm next to him. But
Yeah, no,
I just
you're
wanted to
good.
be fair to you. I wanted you to be fair to the DM.
I appreciate it.
It has 80
Well, I mean,
foot reach.
I know what it's like to be a DM and be like, hey, I had this thing set up. But you also want to be fair to your players and like, well, technically you could do this. I guess I'll be nice. And I'm like, no, that's a fuck up on our part. You shouldn't have to basically go, eh. But if you're cool with that, that's fine. Whatever goes. You
2d4.
take more damage. Oh, fuck.
It takes 2d4 damage, though.
Yeah, he's gonna fireball shit at us.
I'm gonna die from this, guys.
So the T-Rex takes a few steps back and winds back as it lets out a corrosive, toxic gas that loose a stream of gas that then it proceeds to click its teeth to cause a spark, erupting said gas for an explosive burst of fire. To the uninformed observer, this would appear as if dragons fire. Each creature in the 60-foot cone must make a DC 12 Dex save or take full damage, half on successful save.
To be fair, he actually rolled pretty okay.
How many
He actually rolled pretty okay. There were a couple of ones in there.
I know I'm in this cone.
Everybody except Yorm is in the cone, and Eleanor.
Okay.
Because he's angling it, essentially like this.
Alright.
Okay.
Alright, let's see if
All
I
right,
can...
DC 12
Come
it
on.
is.
You just need to make one save, bub. Yeah!
Yeah!
Yeah, bro.
Let's
Oh,
go!
Oh, wait, no, that's like a 1. Oh, wait, yeah, like I rolled a 1.
Gildos are gonna take 19 plus 23 damage.
That's
you might
okay, that's
wanna-
what. I survived it. Wait, hold on. 1 HP, but I still survive it.
So I'm gonna have Ophelia roll the dex for her skeleton.
Thank God I made it.
It would normally be 42. Half
By the way, who has the
20%.
pestilence amulet?
I have the one that halves poison damage. Yeah.
Just reminding you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, yeah, I was just implying that. So that would be 42, 26, and then half the poison damage, so that would be -9, so that would be 17 damage.
Yeah, but you literally you have the fire and then you have the
I know.
poison.
Yeah. Okay, so I lost half my health from that. There we go.
And I'm just gonna double half both, and I'll take that.
Yeah, essentially you're taking two different damage types that are halved. Both are halved if you save, but for Bub, he's taking half of like half there
Yeah.
on the poison specifically.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
And time for Tulio to make a dex save. The reason it's DC 12 is so I don't kill you all.
He has evasion though. He might be okay.
He's good.
Julia just like does a backflip and dodges.
So yeah, Tulio essentially, he's going to take half damage from this because he doesn't actually have an evasion, but he does have uncanny dodge.
Oh, okay.
So he is going to basically duck behind a rock, but not before getting a bit singed.
Yeah.
But he did succeed, so it's still technically half of that. So that's -26, essentially. He's still up.
Geltis, we have potions.
So after that mighty attack, the T-Rex looks at all of you that are still standing and roars to the heavens. Impressive!
Uh-oh.
Really can't talk.
Eleanor is going to attempt another slow spell. His head whips around lightning fast, his jaw moving, not matching his vocals. He's too big for that, essentially. No.
Damn it. Just ignore the wizard spell.
The wizard wasn't going very far. The other people can. It is actually pretty smart. Eleanor is shaking in her boots, essentially. So he's never encountered anything quite like this. Tulio, on the other hand, pops back out from behind his cover and fires another crossbow bolt. Before using his bonus action to just dip and take the essentially hide action. No, actually the what is it? What is the one that doubles your? What is it?
Dash.
No, not that one. Hold on, there is another action that he could take. I think. Hold on.
With
Yeah, that rogue
dash,
cunning
take
action.
the dash, disengage, or hide.
I think it's cunning action for those.
Let's see. You could take the dash, disengage, or hide. What's the other one that's called? Oh, defend. Yeah, you can't defend with cunning action. I forgot. That's the one thing you can't do. It's okay. Tulio will use his extra action to defend. I'm kidding. He can't actually do that. It's not what the extra action's for. He'll just dip and hide behind half cover.
What about the damage? There you go.
I know. I'm getting there. So
Yeah,
he's
that's,
gonna roll. That's
36.
Yup, 36 damage as he shoots the thing in the eye. And dips immediately back behind cover. Over here, snot-eyed! Yorm will... You all hear the thunder crack again. Still rolling no damage. As a voice rings out extremely loud at the back of the canyon. No! Here! Ophelia will move slightly forwards and attack with the Reaper of Souls. Creature will take 12 necrotic damage.
I've not seen such bravery. I don't remember. This reminds me of the Gauntlet arcade games.
It does. Blue Wizard for the win.
As she comes down and slices the creature's side, it just kind of bats its tail at her. Foul beast, pay no attention to the small children. They have much more yet to live. Come fight a creature that is on your footing. Delon.
Well played. Well, can't reach from this distance. I'm not gonna go in that ravine with that thing. That's for damn sure.
You do not want to get stomped on.
Yes, correct. First things first, I'm going to take my bonus action and use Stamina Surge. Because that is just the smart thing I should do. Stamina Surge is... because now it's 4th level, I'm rolling 2d6 plus my Constitution.
I forgot to do something on Ophelia's turn. Her skeleton is still up.
Yeah.
That's unfortunately not a hit.
Oh,
No.
he's healing himself.
Yeah, I'm healing myself, yeah.
Oh no, I'm talking about the skeleton's bow. It didn't hit.
So that's 10, so I heal back to 35. Because I'm going to need it. And then, because I can't get to him, and because it's going to do more damage, I'm just going to hit him with my my breath weapon. Alright. So that's 9 radiant damage.
Alright. The T-Rex will attempt a dex save.
Attempt.
Ooh.
It's going to take 9 radiant damage. And its body begins to kind of shimmer in places.
Huh.
Blazes.
Is it like magical?
It's because of Delon's breath.
This is
Party
neither
has
Golan.
advantage on it.
Oh, nice.
I desperately need that.
Delon's gonna look a little surprised because he didn't know his breath weapon could do that.
Bub!
Get over here. Oh, of course, and I crit on the first one. Alright, so I'm gonna roll damage first. Alright, 12 damage, and I get to pull him 10 feet. So,
Well, actually, you crit. Don't you roll twice?
I did roll double damage already.
Oh, okay. Oh, 2d4, 2d4. Got it.
Yep. So, oh wait, no, it's only large or smaller. I'm stupid. I've been wasting my time.
Oh no!
So Bud realizes that his plan doesn't work and goes, "Oh no." So what I'm gonna do instead is, for my bonus action, I'm gonna transform into. Let me double check something real quick to see what the grappling rules, because I think you can't grapple something that's larger than.
No.
Not unless you
know-
have the right kind of a build for it.
Yeah, I mean, the giant octopus is what I was talking about.
I like that about like Bub's plans. Like, yeah, sounds good on paper, but then some things happen in the middle. Like, oh,
Honestly, that's his
I don't-
character.
I don't know.
He's like he's a druid dropout. Fuck. This is actually really bad though. But yeah,
The bonus hit
it's like-
points might save your life, bub.
Indeed. So, what I'm gonna do instead is, if I can click on this thing. I'm just checking if the spell is concentration. It is. Okay. I'm not gonna use it because that would require extra work. Instead, what I'm gonna do, transform into Spider Coon, I think. Where is it? Damn it. Okay, it's not. Okay, I'm trying to drag it on the map. There we go. Okay. I just put myself in the corner. Okay, so Bubba was originally here, I think.
Yep.
And honestly, I should probably dip for the time being. So I'm gonna crawl down here. And then my turn.
Alrighty. Godos.
right. Well, considering where we are, my status and all that, there's really no point like keeping concentration on Spirit Guardian because like I feel like it's kind of useless. Like, I would jump down and like block its path. Like, it wouldn't do anything anyway. So what I'll do is retreat back a little bit, because taking a potion of 1 HP is like fucking useless because I'll go down anyway. So I'm gonna step back, and we said we had advantage, right?
Yep.
So I'll do some more damage. Or not.
That's
I
a hit.
guess. Whatever. 13.
I love her just like whittling it down.
Uh-huh. I mean, hopefully his next turn is the last, but...
Alright. So it's his turn. The party, you see as his skin almost seems to molt, shifting colors.
Oh no, we're chromatic T-Rex.
That actually would be pretty sick.
After he's done, it looks like he is more revitalized and spry than before.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, hell no.
If he heals more than 40 every time he does that, we're in trouble.
Alrighty. He is going to whip around rush over to here. Bob, do you still have concentration?
Mm-mm.
No? Okay.
No, I took a different action, so I
Okay.
would have lost it.
Okay, so then both of these are essentially gone then.
Yeah, they are.
Move them out of the way for now.
Oh, you can delete mine. Honestly.
I still got like 30 damage off of him from it, so I don't feel that bad.
So the T-Rex is going to smash his head into the ravine.
Interesting.
It's gone cray.
That part has caved in. Skeleton takes fall damage and dies.
Gee, I'm glad I moved.
T-Rex then proceeds
call
to
you
step
back.
up.
Well,
Time to see if Tulio's hidden or not. So technically the T-Rex can see him. Technically.
But he's not moving, so he can't see.
T-Rexes can't see. They only see with movement.
That's a hit.
Yeah, I know the whole T-Rex is moving is BS.
Luckily, no one else is within range of Tulio at the moment. Tulio is going to go down. He's currently in the T-Rex's jaws. Not again!
I mean, shouldn't laugh at that, but
And he's going to make a tail attack. So, Bub, you're going to take 21 damage
Ow.
as he slams his tail into you. On Eleanor's turn, seeing that things are going a little south, she's going to completely abandon the plan that Bub set in place, now that it's just falling apart, and she's going to shoot a... She's going to cast Firebolt on it. However, as the firebolts strike through the air, they just kind of sizzle on his hide. He only takes 5 fire damage.
well, I was thinking of using hit metal, maybe, possibly, but I guess I won't now.
Tulio is going to make a death save.
I mean,
That's one fail.
Even if Tulio gets swallowed, like if we're quick enough, we should be able to, you know, get him out of
Yorm's
it.
turn. Let's see, how far away? What's the range on it? Gorm is going to choose not to do damage. He rolls minimum healing. But that puts Tulio at no longer dying at the moment. Until the T-Rex's next turn. So he's at 4 again. But he's still unconscious. Ophelia is going to rush towards the creature as much as she can. And I'm going to have her roll perception. She can see it. So, as Ophelia rushes towards the T-Rex, towards the cliffside a bit, you all hear an incantation and a tongue that is very out of fashion. Suddenly, Tulio turns cold and gray as the grave.
Uh-huh.
Strike it down now. Your man will not fall. Delon.
Worried about his companion, but heeding the words of one's in front of him. He's gonna try. He's gonna attack twice. Sword of Echoes, hoping to bring this thing down quick. That is a hit.
Both are
That is
hits.
a hit. 9 and a 9. 18. Thank God that's multi-hit.
Mm-hmm. Bub! Spider Bub! Spider Bub. Spider Bub. Does whatever a Spider Bub does.
Indeed. So the spider bub. So I have the plan for next round, and that's when I'm gonna be limit breaking shit. By limit breaking, I mean running away and using my most powerful spell. And hopefully that will be able to keep it busy long enough that we can kill it. So for this round, 2 things. I could either have it waste its action in a web. Honestly, that's probably the best idea. Because if I get it to waste its action, that means we don't die. Or I could just be like, no to the web.
Oh, sorry. One last thing I did want to do, because I held an attack, I can technically use my movement as a bonus action. I wanted to also use Stamina Surge, so I'll heal. That's it. That's next.
Alrighty.
But yeah, Buck, do whatever you gotta do. I'm just, if you see some numbers coming up, which you would.
I'm gonna use web. Does
Alright,
a 12
heal
hit?
another 10.
Alright, Bub. So, as you shoot your web at it, it roars in your face, shattering the web away.
No.
Welp.
It is now all out of legendary resistances.
Not by time. Tomorrow we have nothing left.
It only has
It's
the
okay.
3.
I still have my level 3 spells already.
That's the reason why Delon healed himself to full. He's gotta take those hits.
Mm-hmm. Alright, that's my turn.
Luckily, it can't bite and tail attack the same person.
But yeah,
Alrighty.
turn ended.
Gildas.
Well, there's only one thing I can do at this point. That's the thing a bit to wait for like most of my turns.
That's a
There
hit.
you go.
Party just
Guiding
spamming
bolt.
perma advantage on this creature. It's 20 radiant damage. Very nice.
Yeah, that's it. Well, let's see. I don't know. Let's see if I can move somewhere. like he's probably gonna move either there or there. Problem is, what would be the best place to stop him? Think of that. Oh, might just move there, you know, stop his path. Oh no. Or at least soak up an attack, whatever.
Yeah, Keltis, you're gonna be way too close. He's gonna get your ass.
It's fine.
Remember, he has a 30-foot bite.
So what? I have 3 death saves. No, but like... I mean, he's either going to go, like, there, and, like, attack you both anyway, or he's gonna go there, like, attack us both anyway. So, really, doesn't matter. Like, I might as well use my 1 hit point for something. Right?
What a Chad! What a Chad! For the cause! What a war chief, actually.
Yeah.
That's some big war chief energy right there.
But yeah, that's it. That's it for my turn, though. So let's see what he does. Well, then again, we're all nice and lined up for breath attacks. So. But just not matter.
That's why I
anyway.
freaking dipped, dude.
Yeah.
That moment when nobody read the parentheses on the breath attack because it was so scary.
I mean, I guess it might. Hold on. Yeah, where is it? Oh, there we go. Once per day. Yeah. I mean, you know. Why would you read anything? You have to know instinctively what everything does.
Alrighty.
Forget the detail. But yeah. The source.
Its skin shifts again as it heals a tiny bit. And it is going to make a beeline. Essentially right here.
Does it jump?
No, it just basically walks. It's so big it could put 1 foot on the cavern wall, kind of a thing. But it's not actually here to attack Eleanor. Also, Tulio is swallowed. Down in the gullet he goes. But
Yeah.
he can't die, so...
But what about the acid? Come back as a skeleton. Well, Chief, I don't feel too well, you know.
Well, that's the thing. As an action, the Lich can still the dying, pausing someone in a state of undeath, preventing them from passing for 8 hours.
But like, feel lighter, Chief. It's like
Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good.
So, it's gonna miss its bite attack on Gildos. I don't know why I rolled the damage on the bite attack. And it's gonna roll tail attack on Delon. So, Delon, you take 16 bludgeoning.
Well,
Gildos, you are lucky you are not within 10 feet of him.
so 20 damage then.
Nah, you just take 16.
Okay.
The 4 is only for the other person if someone is within 10 feet of you when you get hit.
Mhm.
Or if the attack misses. Well, actually, yeah, you do actually take, actually, roll a dex save, Delon. Hold on, I forgot.
it says it's only if it misses.
Yeah.
I crit that.
So you're gonna take, 1 damage.
Oh, instead?
Yeah, only 1.
Okay.
Because you can't half 1. Oh wait, Gildos takes the 1. My bad. Oh, Gildos needs to save. My brain is just like ding 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 ding. Too many things. Whoops.
You know, it doesn't matter whether I succeed or not the same, so I still get down. So.
Yeah, you still
Okay,
gonna take
then.
damage.
I mean, I
Yeah.
could just do it for the posteriori the same, but whatever. Yeah, 15.
Alright,
wait, no,
Gildos
no,
goes down.
It's a 3, I don't have advantage on that.
Gildos goes down and he's in, but he didn't get eaten, but he does go down as the creature takes a giant bite of the ground, crunching the gravel, which drops a rock on Gildos's head.
Wait, so I still take the 16 then?
Yes, you do. Sorry.
Okay.
Because the bite was aimed at Gildos.
Alright. Okay.
Eleanor's turn. So
Seeing
seeing
her comments going
Firebolt.
down 1 by 1.
Yeah, seeing Firebolt didn't work. She's gonna try something completely different.
Hey, hold on. I'm not within 10 feet of the T-Rex.
No, but it missed its tail attack. I mean, its bite
Hopefully
attack on you.
blindness. Blindness would help us win this encounter. Because then it could have hit us.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm just going by the description, like, whatever.
The GM has spoken for the speed of the encounter.
Yeah, no. That's why you don't not like
Yeah.
Like, yeah, whatever.
So that's a hit on Shocking
The
Grass.
rest of it, like,
So it's going to take. So as she reaches out and attempts to electrocute the creature, it suddenly rolls, just throws its head back as it shatters, kind of the skin shattering on its skin, and writhes in agony. You die next.
Is it vulnerable to electricity?
Tulio's still in his stomach. Next.
Yep. So, Yorm's turn. See, is it still within range of Yorm? That is. Cool. So he's gonna go ahead and Dwarven Hand Cannon again. Hopefully his Hunter's Mark doesn't roll Garbo. That's better than before, it's not a 2.
I mean,
16 damage.
it's 2 twos.
Ophelia's turn. She is just going to drop, taking the fall damage. And rush straight for the T-Rex. She is going to roll. Where is it? Here it is. The Reaper of Souls. T-Rex takes 15 necrotic damage. Delon.
Word.
On your turn, you see as after the writhing electricity finally settles out of its body, blood is dripping from its open maw. Not the blood of Tulio or anyone else, it's blood.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
That's right.
Alright. Delon still doesn't know whether or not, like, Ophelia said Tulio's not dead yet, but all he knows is a man has been swallowed inside this blue skeleton. So, Delon's gonna charge for its stomach. And I'm gonna attack it twice.
That's a hit. That's a hit.
And that's also a hit. Alright, first attack.
Those
10.
juicy attack rolls.
And 13. 23 damage.
Very nice.
Get back, you beast! And give me my... give me my soldier, I suppose.
It looks extremely haggard now. Bub.
So I'm gonna climb up here. And I'm gonna transform back into baby bub form.
Baby bub form.
And then
Bubber
Doo.
cast call lightning with my new draconic powers. So suddenly, Bub reaches deep within himself as his scales start glowing a sort of bluish, yellowish, greenish color. As suddenly storm clouds appear, and the cylinder's 10 feet tall with a 60-foot radius, centered on a point you can see within a range directly above you. Is it really above me? Let's see here. Let me check something real quick. Okay, I'm gonna have to move closer, actually.
No, it's 120 feet. So essentially, like, you call lightning down, but, like, I'm assuming that, like, a pillar of lightning shoots up straight above you and then just strikes it down like a storm cloud.
Right, okay. Alright.
Yeah,
let's
clouds
do
are
that.
super high up, man.
Alright, so he has to make a dexterity saving throw.
We failed it.
Okay, so he's gonna take 3d10 damage.
Boys got through.
21, nice.
Okay, Bub, how do you want to kill it?
Oh
Yeah.
shit! Okay. So Bob says, "You're large, and you've always been powerful.
But you've always been alone. Everyone's always wanted to attack you. You've never, ever felt what it was like to be nothing and have to work up. And that's the reason why tonight you will fall to the druid who will rise to the top." And I fire my lightning directly from the heavens. It splashes directly through its eye sockets and mouth, shocking it inside out. Make him extra crispy.
Very nice. So as an added feature, his scales almost seem to function like a lightning rod, as the electricity just courses through his body even as he crashes down onto the side of the mountain. Still trembles through him a bit as he twitches. He stares at Bub directly as he breathes his last breath. Plague on your house.
That's a rather big house. Come and get it.
Let's go.
Alright. Very good job.
Oh man, I can't believe we actually beat it. We screwed up so badly.
When the ranger
Your
tells
question
you
is-
it's gigantic.
Well, no, I knew that, but I didn't
Just
think
beat it
that.
another way.
I didn't read my new ability.
Uh,
I could have literally just stayed at the back and used this the entire combat. It would have been so much better.
I'll live
But it's
alone.
not thematic enough, Bub. Alright, anyways, Delon's actually going up and he's just like trying to carve through to get to Leo at this point.
So as you're doing so, Ophelia will come over and just put a hand on your shoulder. Please, allow me. I shall return. And she quite literally walks into the creature's dead maw.
High core lady.
Yeah, just how cool.
About 30 minutes later, she comes walking out, dragging, with a bit of difficulty, Tulio behind her, who looks gray like a corpse, almost like petrification, but it's still flesh, not stone.
Delon will approach, rushing over. Ladyship, Tulio! Tulio, are you alright?
He shall be fine. He is simply in a state of half-death.
What? How did you? You did this?
Yes.
And you're saying he's not passed then?
No, I've made sure of it. I am not entirely aware as to why I was positive it would work, but I knew it. As soon as I uttered the spell, I knew it. I desired to
see.
protect someone, and I was able to.
Then you have my thanks. Thank you.
He should
Delon will
arise in
bow.
7 hours.
Good. In the meantime, we have others to tend to. And Delon unconsciously tries to dust some of the saliva off of Ophelia. And then both, like...
As
And
you
then
do
just
so, she just gives you a smile. Thank thee.
Aye. You don't want to see you catch a cold. Thinks about it. Regardless, it's not proper for a lady to walk around in such detail.
Once the
No,
creature
I-
is defeated, Eleanor just plumps onto her butt in the snow, clutching, like, her scimitar tight.
Once he's kind of pulled out Tulio, and he's moved him next to Gildas, Delon will also approach Eleanor. Eleanor, are you alright?
That was the scariest thing I've ever seen.
Yes, he was a powerful beast. But thanks to Sabub, we're victorious.
Yeah, so Bob's gonna maintain concentration just in case it comes back up and attacks.
Smart move. Smart
You know,
move.
he's gonna wait a minute, and then when it doesn't, he's gonna end the spell.
By the way, for Gildas' sake, Yorm, one of the first thing Yorm does is come over and attempt to cast Healing Word. However,
Attempt.
he's a little too late, as Ophelia just essentially gently touches you.
Right. So I wake up clutching the back of my head. Or the front, maybe. I don't know where the red come from, but whatever the pain is, look around and say, well, this isn't the festival, so I suppose I'm not dead. Yet.
No, your lordship, you are not past Quan quite just yet.
And just look in front of me and like, see there's no big lizard in front, then that means you did it.
No. We did it. The lot of us. Yorm nods, Healing Word just kind of hovering on his lips. He is actually going to cast it now, just because he's already prepped it. Gildas, you heal 6 more in damage.
Alright, so that's 11 total.
Yep.
One.
You can say that again. Oh, good heavens. Oh! We killed a T-Rex!
Delon will reach up for Eleanor for her to take his hand.
She pauses,
you know-
looking up at you.
No, I will roll persuasion, just because it seems like a thing to do. Ooh, that'd be actually kind of cute. We want to see that he gets advantage on persuasion now.
Yeah, easily.
I think that'd be kind of a cool thing, and maybe like the sun comes out and it makes the scale so just a little bit shinier before it's coming or some crap.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, 23. So he extends his hand, and as if the fight itself, a little bit of light cracks through from the tundra. Assumably from the many loud shouts coming from the battle, breaking up the clouds. It glitters just a bit off of his armor and scales, and despite being bruised and slightly burnt, shines nonetheless. He extends a hand out to her. Arise, Lady Eleanor. You will not die today.
So in that moment, Eleanor stares, pausing, just staring at you for a moment, and you feel as she gently takes your hand, allowing you to help her up.
You see, we're all well. And look at this. Seems Gildas is back up. Sir Gildas! Yeah, he kind of like trounces over.
Look at you groggily a bit. It's like, I mean, it's almost like, he just woke up.
Oh yeah.
It's like, well done.
How are you doing, old sport? Is he healed? Is he healed?
I mean, your monophilia patched me up a bit, but I'll say I kind of feel a low full inside my head. As expected, but other than that, not too bad, I suppose. I mean, it could be worse, it could be inside of that.
Thank goodness. When I saw the rock smash into you, I felt a overwhelming sense of dread. Two of my men, my stalwart companions, had been taken down. I felt something overwhelming, and I just kept slashing at this creature until it finally came down. And I woke from my tizzy when a bolt of lightning struck the very beast itself. Courtesy of Sir Bub.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't think it was too big for my strategy. It still kind of helped, but it was bad.
I mean, it worked in its own way, but I didn't think it would be as big as the mountain, literally.
I told you it was gargantuan!
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No, I didn't. I'm not I'm not from a region where that kind of thing is just walking around like
Me
a
neither.
Disney.
Mm.
I'm
If it
assuming
makes you
there
feel
aren't
any
T-Rexes.
better, Gildas. Last time I recall ever hearing about such creatures, they were about one size smaller.
See?
Hmm.
Starting to make
I
me think
did.
everything was better in the past. That's a bad thing.
I wouldn't go quite that far.
Delon's gonna help Gildas up, shouldering on him. But look at us, is an old sport. We defeated it together, all at once.
Indeed, we did.
And with the help of Ladyship Ophelia, you're a little bit stronger. You healed up, and you wielded your scythe expertly. Miss Nightfield, I didn't know you had such proficiency in such a weapon.
Neither did I. Simply put, I willed the weapon and it answered.
I see.
Uh-huh.
And there's many things we still don't know quite yet.
We can talk about those later. This takes cigars! He just starts handing cigars to everyone, practically shoving them in people's mouths. This isn't a cigar smoking moment. I don't know what is. Look at her! She's beautiful!
Yeah, I'm gonna take a big puff of the cigar.
No con
And,
save
what-
needed, bub, because we have poison resistance.
Yeah, son!
Yeah!
I'm gonna make this a habit now. So while I'm smoking the cigar, I'm gonna go up. What is the How big is the smallest tooth of the T-Rex?
Bigger than you are. About the size
Damn
of
it.
a person.
Oh, I can't take it as a trophy. Damn it!
I mean,
You
could
could
always
maybe
go to
take
the very
a
back.
scale from it somewhere.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking. I'll do that instead. I'd like to take a little scale as a trophy.
The smallest scale it probably has would fit your chest.
I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna take my time to look over it.
Yeah, go for it. Maybe you might put one on the tippiest on its tail.
Yeah, are you guys gonna need me to make a nature check to just kind of go over it and?
I mean, Go right ahead, man. This is
I'm
your
gonna need help,
power.
obviously, but
Absolutely, we'll help you out. We got
Oh,
time.
Just like
give me some
as
guidance, y'all.
Yeah,
And can I
as
do
much-
that? Can I make a nature check to like
Sure.
salvage stuff? And I'm gonna use inspiration if I don't roll well. Okay, that's probably good enough.
Plus
D4.
D4.
Okay,
Yeah,
18.
18.
There we go.
You know what, Bub? Roll nature one more time.
Okay.
Yorm will help you out. He's ecstatic about this as you are.
Cool.
Okay, 18.
Okay.
looking over at the head, though, I'll say that's never gonna fit in the
No.
thing.
I told you.
I mean, look, there's a difference between hearsay and seeing it for yourself. See? Because rumors are often exaggerated, as I've often found.
Can you imagine that baby just stuffed in the Gloucester Square? What a beaut.
Well, we shouldn't let it go to waste. We should use every piece of it.
We intend to. But remember, Bub, this is a gift. Is a gift to the village.
Hmm.
Oh,
But if a few parts were to go missing, I doubt they'd care.
Can't we take all the insides?
What would they eat?
Oh, right. They're supposed to eat it. I forgot about that.
well, speaking of,
That's also in character for Bub.
Oh, they're gonna eat it. I forgot about that.
we may
But, Sir Bub.
not be able to take the head, but the thinking.
We can take it too.
Yes, we can take the tongue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one thing is one too. We take the very tongue to it. We show its path back. They will bring an entire entourage and bring it for a feast. But I'm sure, Bub, if you find of any interest on this, you merely speak only to the chief. I'm sure he'd be more than happy to share something of your conquest.
All right. Somebody should get one of its teeth and like put like a thing at the end of it and have a T-Rex tooth, a lance or something like that. That'd be badass.
It would also fit you as a druid.
Well, I can't wield it. I mean, honestly, I don't need weapons.
It's just as a symbol, you know.
Yeah.
If
If I can
Gildas
get
wants
T-Rex
to make
armor.
one of those, he could.
I can get T-Rex armor from one of its scales. That might be better than what I'm wearing.
So y'all killed the tough enemy. So essentially, after the banquet with the shaman and all of the tribes, you can get a gift essentially made from it. After all, it's only
Okay.
fair. You
All right,
slayed the
fair
beast,
enough.
you still get something out of it.
So Bub's gonna be
Yeah.
like, okay, well, who's gonna get the stuff that can move this? I'll guard it. I still have some spells left.
The thing is best we introduce is the chief. We'll bring whoever would like to stay behind, and whoever would like to represent them coming back.
Well, I'll definitely go back to see the chief. That's what I'm saying.
All right, so I'll have Bub stay behind, and whoever else wants to stay behind, can do so.
Probably.
Let's heal the guy who's dying first, though.
We can't. He's like 8 hours in.
He'll be fine.
Tulio's
fine.
basically in a state of stasis for the next 7 hours.
Oh, you're literally forced into it for 8 hours. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a lot more balanced.
Yeah, no, it can't be ended early.
I see. Okay,
And when
that
you
makes a
come
lot
out
more
of it,
sense.
you come out of it in the same shape you went into it in. So if you were dying when you went in, you're dying when you come out. So Tulio
Okay.
went into it with 4 HP.
So I guess Tulio has to stay here then.
Unless somebody wants to carry him.
I mean, that'd be actually funny. Bub just props him up. Like, just like, eh.
He props him up against the T-Rex body.
Yeah. and then just
I
like dangles his little feet on a thing and just starts talking to him. So that was a great battle, right? It just like keeps talking to him. It's like, I was pretty cool. Fired a lightning. I saw you too. You fired a crossbow and you shot in the eye. That was really neat.
Hell yeah, we get our characters
And then, like,
light
slowly-
small creature campaign. Let's go.
And then just like he just like pauses for a while, and then it's like, do you want to see my rock collection?
I
I should
I
have
don't
that,
care. That's how that happened while the party was gone. In my head, that's what happened.
until you witnessed it all, because like it might be frozen in time, but it's subconscious. That'd be hopeful.
Julio was there. He could hear all of it. He just couldn't respond.
Just see the eyes moving vertically.
Moving around, the eyes.
Oh, I can't do nothing. All I can do is listen. You know, it's kind of lonely sometimes. You're like, oh god, please, won't you kill me? Hey, like, look, Ophelia, appreciate what you did for me. Don't ever do that again. I don't even care if I'm dying. Don't leave me alone with Bub.
So as the party is preparing to head out, the ground shakes beneath their feet, much gentler than when the T-Rex came. Each shake is more like a gentle tremor, and each time the tremor comes relatively slowly after the other, as if it's whatever's making them is taking its sweet ass time.
Uh-huh.
You all see this towering creature, even taller than the T-Rex, looking around as if in contemplation. When its eyes fall on the T-Rex, it stares, lifts one of its front legs, and lowers its mighty neck to the creature as if in a bow, then slowly stands back up, continues its way forward.
Roll nature. Also, would I have heard of or seen this creature?
You would've. You may not have seen one yourself, but you've heard of them. Yorm will actually drop the cigar from his mouth. Oh, God's almighty. The mammoth is just walking around. Never thought I'd see one either. First a dead T-Rex, then a mammoth just walking around. Oh, either we have great fortune on our heads, or we're all gonna die horribly.
That's how mammoths look like.
Just about no one's seen one in person. But those are the same tracks as earlier.
Aye. Delon takes a puff from the cigar. That's what they were told to look like. I've never seen one in person, not up close, from a distance. Truly a remarkable creature.
Yeah. I don't think taking both on at the same time would have been a good idea now.
Sir, we are spent.
The only way it could have potentially worked is if you pit them against each other somehow.
Basically, yeah.
Essentially, yeah. Then you'd have like a wounded mammoth to take care, or a wounded T-Rex. That probably wouldn't be a good idea either. They'd be getting desperate.
But alrighty. That the party leaves the T-Rex's domain and begins heading towards the shaman. However, they don't get very far before you see people standing on the cliff sides, looking down at you as you leave this area. They all look like wanderers, travelers. They come in all different shapes and sizes. And as you finally begin to leave the ravine, you come face to face with... Give me one moment.
Take your time.
We boned. Maybe.
A man riding what looks like a drake of some sort. He's decked in gold and black armor. He has crimson red scales
Oh,
and
shit.
red spiraled horns atop his head. He is holding a little kobold by the scruff of his neck. The kobold is one you remember. It's Snacks.
Sir Snacks.
Oh, hey. Am I there? Or is this one after they'd left?
They didn't get very far, so you would have been able to see the people kind of gathering around.
Cool.
As he's holding Snacks in the air, he keeps his other hand on the hilt of his sword. With but a single nod, the people in the hills move away, disappearing into the snow. He doesn't really pay the party too much attention at first, mostly looking towards the corpse of the T-Rex in the distance. Then his gaze falls on the party. He nods, and with a kick to his salamander's side, the rest of his retinue turn their backs on you and ride away. He pauses only for a moment to snap his fingers. Gildos, you see as a handful of goblins come rushing towards you.
Uh-huh.
They are led by one very big helmed goblin. He somehow fashioned himself red plume for his rusty old helmet. And he drew a skull on his rusty old shield and attached the same plume to it. It's very clearly self-made handiwork, but it's done with care and love. Around his neck is the symbol of Brigid. And as all the goblins start rushing over, getting ready to shout, he rushes to the front, turns around, and unsheaths his sword. Quiet! Many War Chief, Dag Dog, Brigid say, shut your trap or you get bonk bonk! War Chief speaking! Hi, War Chief!
Hey, Dagda. I didn't expect to see you there.
We got captured. We were on our way to see you.
I see. Well, and I suppose you're lucky we manage to slay a T-Rex and, I don't know, earn the respect of that man over there.
You don't need his respect, War Chief. He, big dummy. Dagdar then looks around almost a little, like, paranoid, as if wondering if he heard it. Then he sheaths his sword and walks right over to the T-Rex and kicks it. Yup, it's dead alright. Way to go, War Chief. You best, War Chief.
Well, maybe I am, but all the Pink War Chief doesn't seem to think so at the moment.
Oh, that's 'cause of Big Stupid.
Oh, what did he do then?
Yeah, he came in, grabbed a lot of people, and came with peace, and then came back with war. Not the fun kind, though.
Uh-huh. I mean,
See,
did you
Dagdar's
tell-
been reading. It's called, Realm Divide kind. He then nods to himself very assuredly. Sure, he got it right.
Ah, I see. A civil war then. But then again, one other goblin did tell me about this Red Dragonborn and how he was causing trouble. Issue is that I wasn't expecting him to actually write whatever he was writing. I don't know what that is.
Some weird salamander thing.
Ah,
It's
so
like a
that's...
small, uglier dragon.
Uh-huh.
I heard that the reason he write it is 'cause that there's no such thing as a fake dragon.
Uh-huh.
So it puts it in its place or something.
I mean, I guess that makes sense. I don't know, I don't really... Bub,
Mm,
is there anything like a fake dragon? I mean, what would you consider a fake dragon?
that's an excellent question. What would I know about that?
Oh, roll nature.
Nature 14.
So, Bob, it's a really easy check for a dragonborn like yourself. You know that there's a few things that could be considered fake dragons. Worms, wyverns, drakes, and salamanders are
Right,
some
so-
of the closest ones.
I'll list all those off.
So I just scratched my chin like, aha. So, at least in Wyvern case, something that looks like a dragon but clearly is missing something.
Hmm.
I mean, I don't know, it just feels like, I don't know. It's a weird issue to get to get hung on anyway. But well, since your goblins are there, then would you help me bring the trophy back to the shaman so that we may actually get recognized by him?
You
We'll
heard,
have to-
War Chief! Get to it!
10,000 goblins immediately emerge from the ground and lift the thing up and carry it.
Uh-huh.
To
God.
Dagdar, it's definitely 10,000, but it's more like 20.
That is good enough.
20 goblins start rushing out of the woodworks, climbing down from trees, jumping out of little holes in the walls and stuff like that, rushing for the T-Rex. And then they all stop and turn to their war chief. And Dagdar nods and then looks at you, Gildas. Which part's the trophy?
The tongue.
Oh, juicy. You heard what you chop chop. As soon as Dagdar says that, they nod and rush forwards, going straight for the tongue. You notice that they are surprisingly good harvesters.
I mean, not really surprised, because that's probably what they used to be doing before. Like what they do now.
Dagdar stands watching them for a bit, making sure they don't screw up, and then turns to you, Gildos, and starts walking down the way a little bit behind you. Essentially, you lead, he follows. They'll bring it, don't worry. They know what happens if they don't. Glub, glub.
Looks like it's been working very well. Well, good on you.
Thanks, what, Chief? Yeah. I went back and I started thinking about big Orc a long time ago. Apparently he enforced Club all the time. So I do that and it worked. You don't actually need to hit Club unless, well, they deserve it.
No. All you need to do is hit them the club once, maybe twice. But then, the fear of being hit by the club is instilled already.
Yeah.
So anyway, how has the force been doing?
Oh, it was running real good until Big Stupid show up.
Aha. Apparently, Pink Shaman isn't really too keen on what you're doing either. But that's probably because of Big Stupid as well. Am I right?
Yeah, he thinks we're making war weapons for you. Which, I mean, we are, but you know, not for war against Shaman. Right?
Oh. Oh, only war against Shaman if he deserves it.
Don't let them hear that.
What?
Dagdar takes his helmet off, like lowering his head, ready for a club. Don't let them hear that!
The goblin accent makes it difficult, but yeah. Like. I mean, we'll see what Pink Shaman says after I bring that. Because, well, we did do something else that might make him angry, perhaps? Well, angry. Not like it matters, because we asked him if he wanted to take part in it, and he said no, so that's his fault. He has no right to be angry anyway.
Seeing that he wasn't clubbed on the head, Dagdar puts his helmet back on and just starts walking. I don't know what you're talking about, War Chief, but I understand. War Chief business, not many War Chief business.
I mean, might be your business soon, depending on how things goes. After all, we did unleash a plague on the world that might affect you.
Is that all?
Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be bad.
That's okay, War Chief. We all die in 7 years anyway.
I think goblins, yeah, they only live like 30, 40 years.
Maybe you do, but I would think you would have rather enjoy those however many years you have left.
Of course we will. We're gonna enjoy them all the way.
You know what, Doctor? I invite your optimism.
Hey, you know, what, Chief? We just make more goblins, so we make more, so it doesn't matter if we all die in 7 years. There'll always be more.
Alright. Well, I have a Doctor the second with me when I'm still alive and you're dead, I suppose. Maybe a third if I live long enough.
Wait, they get names?
I mean, I imagine if you do get a son, I mean, I don't know how your goblins reproduce, but I assume there's a Mr. Goblin, Mrs. Goblin, right?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
There's a Mr. Goblin and the Mrs. Other something. Bridget says we don't do that no more. So, you know.
I mean, I guess that makes sense. I mean, sometimes you do have like a Mr. Human and Mrs. something else. We get something, but
What, Chief? Why is the word consent so hard to find?
Lord.
how do I respond to that?
He doesn't.
Delon's so close to just being like, okay, we need to have a serious talk.
Oh look,
And you're starting to pull a whatever a Miss Scarlet whatever movie. I don't know nothing about this, Miss Scarlet.
Bit. Now what? How about you read a bit more first? Maybe you understand, like what to do, what not to do with the other part of the equation.
Okay. Oh, status report, War Chief. Forges were operating at 50% efficiency. That's 25% more than last week. Now that's 0. Don't worry, we'll get them going again. We rebuild.
Rebuild?
Yeah, big stupid burn it all down. Rude.
Alright, well, let's see how this is going. Something.
On the other side, careful teaching goblins and others all the words. Other tribes don't like it. Usually only shamans read.
Oh. So they think you might want to be a shaman as well. Because...
No! They're not shaman. They're not too stupid.
At least you're honest. I mean...
Shaman live like way too long. But don't let that fool you. He give Club something fierce.
Oh, and I just give him a new club as well. This one's made of metal.
Now it's really gonna hurt.
Well, don't give him a reason to. But, then again, once I talk to him, you may not have a reason to anymore. Who knows? The Red Dragon Moon is gonna be difficult. Oh. We don't know how the conversation will go down anymore.
Yeah. We're almost there, don't worry. Dagdar leads you away a little bit more, and you find a scorched little workshop, just burned, like still burning essentially, mostly down to ash. The anvils and metal tools still remain, and a little hole in the wall of the mountain that is clearly for ore, is just kind of here. The hole in the wall has been caved in on purpose. Dagdar nods at the forge, quote unquote. There you go, War Chief. It looks rough, don't worry, but we'll get it working.
Well, I'll be honest, I was planning on using it while I was staying, but... yeah.
We'll have it finished by the time the festival's over.
That's fast. I mean, it's not like there's many trees around.
Yeah, they just go to the Savage Lands and cut a few branches down. They won't miss him.
I mean, sure, but that's quite the long trek. That is a couple of days.
Goblin efficiency.
I don't know it. Yeah. But, well, at least the anvil is still good.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
hey. Doing some outdoor forging isn't too bad once in a while. Well, especially that cold.
Oh yeah, you don't get cold. You stay nice and toasty.
Exactly. Hey, yo. Oh yeah, who's coming down with us actually, the shaman? This would be it's like I know Delany is.
I think it was everyone except for Bub and Tulio.
Uh-huh. Oh yes, Dagda, I haven't introduced you to the new Watch of Companions, haven't I? Have I?
I don't think so.
Right. So I'll point to Yorm and say, this is your Manenborn. He also is a war chief from Glogasta.
Oh, fancy lands. Kinda. They're not as fancy as the King of Glocester, but they're not bad. Forests are beautiful. And the boars are delicious. Jorm narrows his eyes at Dagtar.
Like, give him from behind Dagda, like I give you your look, like, don't mind him. He's trying his best. Right. This is ancient war chiefess Ophelia Nightfield. When I mean ancient, is
she's so
Wow.
she's falling apart.
right. I mean, she's back. She's from the time where I don't know. How do I put this in goblin time? From the time where your goblins, wouldn't wear the kind of things you're wearing and more wearing pelts and having club like Bone all the time.
Wow.
And that's speaking even worse than right now. At least I think so. I'll look to Ophelia for confirmation.
Ophelia is just watching Dagdar with interest. Interesting. He can speak common, surprisingly fluently.
I mean, not only speak it, but I think some of them are on their way to actually write it.
Eh, don't give him too
Right.
much credit, War Chief.
Well, I mean, you're trying. At least.
True. Fascinating. If I must say, Dagdar, you and your troop are truly motivational. Dagdar just blinks at her. I don't know that word.
Yeah, do it. Basically, Dagda, you make people want to do things.
Oh. Sorry, I don't date old ladies.
Racked.
It's quite alright. I do not date youngsters. We good then?
I haven't seen told you either, but like we're quite a ways away now.
Was he the scarecrow?
Yes. I mean, it's sad to say that, but the way for sake. Yes, he's the scarecrow. I mean, usually you're not supposed to see him, so quite a predicament, is him. Well, he was inside the stomach of the T-Rex. That got out somehow.
Wow, he's really strong.
I guess. I mean, he can use a sword and a crossbow well. Now, I don't know about physical strength, but I mean, it's not like we do a lot of arm wrestling anyway.
Keep your eye on him, War Chief. If he can use sword and crossbow, and he can cut his way out of a T-Rex, he might be dangerous.
Oh, no, he didn't cut himself out of the T-Rex. No, he got swallowed up and someone fished him out. Now, I don't know who, because I was out, but...
Well, just be careful. Little mini War Chiefs that can do all that, they get, followers. That's the word.
Well, we're keeping an eye on him, but I'm not his nan. It's not really my business. Not really my job. It's like, beside look to Dallin.
Yeah, just make sure you give him Club.
You hear that, Dallin? Give him Club sometime. if he doesn't behave.
He start rum to fight Club.
Oh, and again, not sure if Club would be that effective on him, but
Club's always effective.
I suppose it depends on the degree of force you apply. I mean, but then again, if you Club too much, or you kill people. I mean, that's what I do, but you know.
You bet you do, War Chief. Anywho, the other goblins should be getting that tongue over there about now. I'll make sure that the other goblins that come out of the woodwork start working on the forge. We'll take a break during the festival and show up to represent, and then we'll come back here after all the festivities.
Well, sounds like a plan. Just need to. Wonder where I should put the banner doing that.
Oh, you could put it on a pole. Waves in the wind. Banner for all to see.
Well, then there's no wind. Well, if there's no wind, I hope you come down and wave it. I mean,
That's a very esteemed position. I'll get the most astute watch goblin to do it. Only the
perfect, then.
best goblins can sound the horn and wave the flag for War Chief.
There's a lot of best goblins then.
We're the best of the best.
Of course. Of course.
Only the best goblins, who are the most loyal, and have followed Bridget the best, get to go out. The others get to stay here with me. In my club.
See, so that's how it works then. I mean, they never really told me. They just said there was one goblin in every village.
For now.
For now. Oh, I haven't told you, but you know the goblins you sent to Asterium,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. How do I order him to be taught by a dwarf how to do his job.
Very cutthroat, War Chief. Expansion.
Hmm. Yeah, because then, if he does a good job, then goblins will be more accepted, right? Or at least just a little bit.
And
So
we
there
run
we
the
go.
dwarves out of the city.
Maybe not.
Oh.
But dwarves are a good business partner, Is that right, Yorm?
That's right. No running
Hey,
dwarves out of cities. Can we run
Hey.
the elves out of cities?
No.
Thinks about it very hard.
Well, we won't run anybody out of the city yet because they all have gold coin on them. Gold coin is how you make things work. Besides, like I was about to say, we don't run the dwarves out of that because, like, I just point to the blunderbuss. Only they use that kind of thing. So once you know how to do it, how to make one, then buy them. Especially if it's well made. And because Mr. Goblin over there is being taught by a dwarf, then perhaps eventually he'll know how to make one. You then can partake his knowledge with you. You can expand business, get more gold.
I get it now, War Chief. It's not the fast expansion we're used to. It's the slow kind.
Mhm. But because it's slow, it's not as abrupt, so it's more accepted, with less negativity around it, you know?
And when their guard is down, we strike. That's why you big War Chief.
Give them some good deals.
Oh yeah. I was gonna hand this directly to you when you arrived. Dagdar reaches into his shield, the buckles on his shield, and unbuckles them, revealing a bag of coin. And then holds it in two hands for you.
We'll take it.
Now the coffers are empty.
Oh. Well, it's fine because, well, I just check my goals. I mean, the coffers here are not empty, so as long as I have something on me, you have something as well.
Exactly. War Chief gets all the gold.
All of it?
All of it! War Chief gold.
Well, I think about say, well, how about you don't give me all the gold because you need gold as well. Probably run business. Cause say, so I point to the cave in mine. Something like that happened. How you gonna get iron? Or something else?
We dig it back out.
But also there's no. Well, I was gonna be circular. Just like just to myself and say, what if you need more than iron and you can't find it around here, right? You
Move
need the
shop.
gold to buy it. No. You stay there. But what you do is you keep the iron you have there, build with it. But then if you need something, you can buy it. But there's something you're interested in. You want to do something with it at the forge, but you can't really steal it or like take it away. You need to buy it. That's why you have a coffer. You have coffers, right? It's basically give and take, but in a more advanced state, right?
I think I get it, War Chief. So really, War Chief is just spending the money on more stuff for the war effort. And it's in the coffer. He does air quotes as he does that.
No, but I mean, you use the gold you have, the coffers, to make what you have even better, even fancier, and to show off a bit. I mean, after all, once you're able to make, I don't know, decent amount of money, then you can flaunt. Well, I mean, if you're the kind of person who does. But then again, it's not really a good idea either, because if you do that, then you have someone like Big Dummy who comes in, sells everything, burns down everything, and like you shit out of luck.
Exactly. Well, you keep that war chief. We'll make more.
I'm sure you will.
And the more we make, we'll go back into the forge. Dagdar does like a very obvious wink when he says that.
I mean, I don't know how they're going to use it, but we'll see. So they're going to be the best idea or the worst idea. Depending on how they interpret it. But yeah, we'll see, I guess.
By the way,
Oh, don't
Gildos, you
worry.
have received 100 gold coins.
Don't worry,
Ah.
Gildas. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get back to the village. We're gonna hand this thing in. We're gonna have a party. We're gonna get you laid. It's gonna be all right.
Uh-huh.
More chieftain proved himself. He's a great man. You're probably gonna get in a drunken brawl with another guy. You're gonna beat them up. You're gonna prove yourself even better, and you're probably gonna get some physical reward for that too.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
We will see.
I'm like, I don't want to do some challenges and be the T-Rex. What it is? No, I wouldn't fly.
There's some dumb orcs. There's
Yeah.
some dumb and prideful orcs that seeing that you did something cool, and they're like, I could have done that. I could have been the cool guy.
I'm sure you would have, but too bad. Blame the shaman for not giving you the opportunity to join us. Alternatively, eat shit. But yeah.
Alrighty. So with that, Gildos and the other many war chiefs leave the forge of Bridget and begin heading towards the main shaman's tribe. On the way there, the party comes across goblins who are just like rubbing their hands on the snow as they walk. Very clear, like, gooey slime was on their hands. They're all like they're also all high-fiving and just having a good time heading back towards the forge. They stop and wave at you, Gildos, and the other war chiefs.
Yeah, I noted them as I passed.
As the party is heading towards the shaman's tribe, Ophelia chips in. I'm very curious to see what kind of a war chief you will turn out to be.
I wondered that too. Honestly.
Eleanor pipes up. Ah, feeling much better now that we're away from those giant creatures. Finally, as the party is about to leave and are getting close to the shaman tribe, Delon, give me one moment.
Yep, take your time.
You feel a light shining on you from the distance. and you hear a voice in your head.
Uh-oh.
Delon,
My lady?
I require your presence in due time. Do not
I
forget to pay
understand.
homage to me while you are in the lands. We have words to have, you and I.
Of course. I'd be honored to do so.
Excellent. I will give you a few more days' time to finish what you have been doing until then. Before you leave the land of monsters, you must seek my counsel. This is all.
I understand. It will be done. I am eager to see you as well.
Then show said eagerness, and do not keep me waiting. It is quite urgent.
I wouldn't dream of it. Till we meet.
Until then. With that, the light leaves you, but not fully. You feel as if you are under your lady's light now as you travel through the land of monsters.
Oh, snap.
You notice
So
Ophelia
it's like,
is standing a little further away from you.
I understand. I completely understand. I understand. So I was just standing there for like a second, like paused, or I guess I was on the horse, so the horse kept walking.
The horse kept walking, and I'm imagining you had a conversation in your head, essentially. Meditation type.
That sounds about right. That sounds about right.
And with that message conveyed, the party heading towards the shaman's tribe, we are going to call it here. And next week, the party will enjoy the festivities of the Land of Monsters, as a feast will be held, not only in their honor, but in the shaman's honor. Till then, see you all next time. Bye-bye.